Good morning, everybody. It's already afternoon. Well, just about. We're just a few minutes away. I just wanted to stop in, say hi, see what's going on. It's a pretty quiet day today. Things are going sideways. It was a good morning. I was actually speculating on crypto options, though I didn't trade any this morning. I was doing them on the side, and I was like 3 for 3 that I would have won if I had traded, but I'm not there yet. I'm paper trading crypto options. Meanwhile, I have somebody who's helping me who actually does it with me, but when they do it with me, I do it real. And I'm just setting up my charts right now. 485 for this. Let's see, 410. Where am I at here? 409.85, and then this one here would be, let's say, next step up. Let's say 411. 411. Okay, I put the contracts out that you should be watching right now. For anybody who wants to get into a trade, right now we're pretty much, we don't know where we're at. I want to see if we can get a little closer up towards the upper VWAP plot so we could ride that down again. And let me just make sure that these things are off tagged. Dex must have been on. Tag message. Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions? Anything that's on anybody's mind? Let's see if my buddy's here. I was talking to someone earlier this morning. Wanted to know what I was doing with crypto. Okay. I don't know what his name is, and change his name. Ooh, no, I don't want that. Ooh, I almost made a mistake here. Okay, 59. RJ Rocker. Okay. Just want to see where he was at. RJ. Okay. He is here. For anybody who is interested, you can go up to my alert section. There is one for DBEX. Anybody who joins through there, I will help them with the mining and talk to you about the staking and where to get started. If you're going to start with less than 25,000, it really not worth it. You could make a quick $2,000 with 10,000. That's up to you. But if you really want to get into this and you want to do it right, you really want to start with at least 50K, and you can build it up and make a quick $15,000 to $20,000 in the first less than 20 days, less than that. Okay, getting it set up, going for it. We'll go over the staking charts. I did go over some of that yesterday. It's up on the board somewhere above. See if I can find it real quick. I go look up. Lunchtime. We may not be able to get to it. Let's see. Okay, as far as the staking boards, there it is. There it is in here. Okay, so. Yeah, it talks about the first one, which has a minimum of $100. You want to max that and put 10,000. You will make $2,000 in 2 days. So you put up 10 grand. That's the most you can put in. If you could put more, you'd be great. But I tried it. You couldn't. So you put up 10,000. You'll have 12,000 in 2 days. Then after that, you want to dump as much as you can up to 50,000. I didn't dump that much. I didn't realize how it worked. Someone didn't tell me all the rules, but you could have put up to 50 on a minimum of 10. I put about 13. So on 10, you'll get back in 3 days. It's $108.99. It's about 36.33% daily profit. So you actually get back about 1,200, I think, 9, 18, 2,700 in 3 days on that part, on 10,000. And then the next one, of course, is 50,000. You can do up to 100. I think I did about 53, 54, maybe more. Maybe I did 60. I'm not even sure. I'd have to go back and check. And that one paid 23% per day for 5 days. You end up getting 115.99% of everything. So you make about, on 50 grand, you make about 15, 16,000, something like that. It's substantial. And then I did the next one too. I did 100,000. The next one for me is 300,000. I'm trying to get the money up to do that. But for anybody who's into doing staking or mining, who doesn't really want to worry about losing money, that is the safest way to build your account. And then by that time, I'll be able to help you possibly with the crypto options, which is quite different. It is risky, but you can make a lot of money. I only lost one day. I lost 16,000, which was my fault because I wasn't listening to somebody and I got scared because they asked me to put up a $55,000 wager, which I had the money. So I've built my account up right now. I'm up over $63,000 since February 1st in crypto options and mining. All right. But a lot of it was made through mining. About a third of it was made through mining. All right. Which was just pure money to build my account up to bring me to the next levels. All right. In the mining itself. So it's worked for me. It's been successful for me. Unfortunately, I am having problems with the person who's helping me because she's Asian descent, and like if I don't agree with her or I question something, what's the word she uses this word. Let me just see if I can find it. She doesn't realize it's not fair. She goes, "There's no anger." I told her we're on a journey and it's not a race, but she tells me I can't think of the word. It's not a nice thing, you know. It makes it like I'm so. She says I'm too timid. I need to open up a little bit more, which she's right. But she has to realize where I can be her strength in certain things. Where she's weak, she should be my strength where I'm weak. But there's a word I can't think of. It'll come to me. I told her. She goes, I told her I'm not always comfortable at doing certain things, and my way of life is a little more conservative than hers. But when I don't agree with her or I don't do what she wants, she goes, I'm what's that word? I can't think of it. It'll come to me. It's just not, it's like being narcissistic but it's not narcissistic. It's just another word. And I don't agree with her. And when I don't agree with her, she gets angry. So that's very pushy. I'm learning a lot about her, but she's made me a lot of money and she's been teaching me a new way of doing things. So hopefully we'll be able to work through these things, or eventually we'll just go our separate ways, and I'll say thank you, ma'am, for everything you've taught me. And I'll give her back the $50,000 she loaned me. I had a catfish. Everybody thought it was a catfish out there who loaned me. So I called her my goldfish. She didn't come to take my money. She actually lent me money and helped me to get to the next point. So, but it's all about the money for her, and it's not all about the money for me, you know what I mean? Especially not in a relationship, which she says we have more. Anyway, getting away from that, how are we doing today? I can see now that our resistance here is at about 411. Let's see where I'm at here. 411, and what did I put this at? Come on, get down. I'm at 411. All right, so we went a little bit higher. We hit 411. I think we hit 06, 7, or 8. It looks like it might want to break out. If it does, let's say the next really quick easy is about 411.10. I'm going to put 411.10 for right now. That puts us right there. And then we're going to make this. Okay, let's edit this. And 411. Let's just make this 410. All right, that'll bring us up above the VWAP. Actually, it's just below. I'm going to say 410.25, and let's bring us above. Okay. 410.25, because it really is. I mean, it's higher than it looks. It could be 35. So right there, you see we got 30. So let's just tweak it a little bit more, because I can see we leveled off there several times at the 410.30 mark. All right, so if you see here, and right there. So we got a triple bottom on 410.30. So that gives us right now about 80 cents. That's an 80 cents window, which we're right at the top. So I don't play breakouts, but there's a good chance if we don't get to here, we're on the 1 minute. I'm sure that if I want to see on 15 minutes, we're still showing we're going up from this morning. This morning there was a pullback right above. You see, we touched it. I wish I had seen it. I was doing a bunch of other things and doing some crypto studying. I'm always trying to make myself smarter than I am, and to learn what type of bands, what we use more in one area than another. That makes us better to read the trends, because crypto options is all about reading certain trends, just as what we do here is reading certain trends, but we just use different tools. Okay, so I actually came up with some really good stuff, and I'm going to share over the next weeks to come when I talk more about the crypto options. I'm preparing a lesson for that. It says here it is. What is the different types of trends? Which are uptrend, downtrend, sideways, but there's really 5. What is the best indicator of volatility for crypto? And they're saying the Bollinger Bands. Okay, so things are a little bit different. Bollinger Bands are also good used with Keltner for regular options too. And that's what they're using when they're using these indicators that we have here. Let me go back to the 5-minute for a second. When we're using here, when I'm using this Scalper Alert, it uses Bollinger Bands and Keltner, okay, as the indicators that makes up that product. And they wrote a program called the Scalper Pro and the Squeeze Pro, and the Scalper Alert Pro. You can get the free version by going into a little shaker on top and putting in the word TTM if you don't already have it and you have Thinkorswim, and go here and double tap on Scalper Alert and the Squeeze, and that'll put you below. If you have anything else below, take it out. RSI, get rid of it. MACD, you don't need it with the Squeeze or the Squeeze Pro. They're like the Squeeze, they're like the MACD on what do you call it, steroids, all right? But for right now, and there's 2 Think scripts that I give out for free. You'll find them in my alerts. All you do is go to the top of your page. You can't see it here, but it says setup, and you drop that setup, and the second one down says shared items. They go into there, all right? So if you go to the top of my page right now where it says alerts, you open that alerts, you'll see that there is 2, oh my gosh, what happened to them? They're gone? Oh no, they're there. Okay, I gotta keep adding them and keep adding them because they disappear. So right now I'm gonna put it again on the bottom. But I will share that with you one more time here on the talk. Like I said, you can add those. Those are free scripts. And once you get them in, it'll say 804 and 803. You double click on those, and all you do once you upload them is you will come in here and then you'll type in the word think, THINK, and I have several, but you just double click on 803 and 804, and that'll put this one here and this one here, the 9 and 21 with the cloud, and then the other one gives you your symbols, which is these right here. So you don't need them down here or on here, because the more things you put on your chart itself, the more it slows it down, and you don't want to do that. As far as the RSI, you can put that in your watch list by going in here, click on Customize, open that up, put in, and if you got real quick, jot this down, symbol, last, percentage change, volume, RSI, and HTB. For people who short stocks, I would put that in there anyway, HTB, ETB, just like you're seeing it. Anything else, get rid of it. You do not need it. But the RSI, the great thing about the RSI in here is the fact that the RSI is already on a daily, okay? And being it's on that daily chart, you don't have to, where if you had it down here, you have to go to the daily. So you cannot use it with the 5-minute or the 1 minute or 3. You would have to go here and go to the daily, which would be about 1 year, 1 day, or you can go for the 200 day. That would be the daily. All right, let me see, 10 day, it's 30 minutes. It's not a daily. It would have to be at least 180. That's a daily, all right, to get your RSI to be correct down here. So instead of doing it that way, keep it off your chart. Do not use it down there, and do it like I told you and put it in there. So you can go into your watch list and say, okay, let's put all the RSIs in order of high to low. See, look at game, 90%. So if I could short this stock, which I can't, if I shorted this stock now, there's a good chance that in the next couple of days, this will go down and I could make money. Lucy, high on 78. Anything over 70 is overbought. Here's one, Meta. Meta's a little high right now. SPX, SPY is definitely high right now. SPY can always be shorted, but we don't short the SPY. What we do is we do a put. So there are certain things that we do puts, and there are certain things that we actually, we short the stock. If a stock is inexpensive, then you're better off just to short the stock. Don't use puts for very cheap stocks, because what happens is when you go into a cheap stock, and let's say I go into, all right, let's go here to, let's see if this is here we go. Here's Meta. But this is a bad example. But if I go to Meta and then I go to, actually, I'm not going to show you here. Let me change something. Let me go back to the red. Okay, so if I go here to my all products and I put in a stock like, let's say Ford, all right, and then Ford brings up the Ford down here, and I go here and I change this to what they call volume and open interest. See, there's no interest on certain. The volume is not even, look at this. So you could buy these things if you bought them and they went up, you make money on them, but when you can't, there's no open interest, you can't sell them. So when you have cheap stocks, and there was a time, right now there's some interest on some of these, but there's no volume on them right now. So I don't want to be in Ford. all right, because I can't get rid of it. Even on the puts, there are some on the puts, but there's no volume right now, or it's not available at the moment. So be careful. Oh, that's SPX. That doesn't make sense. Hold on. I thought I changed that to Ford. Hold on. Let's go to Ford and enter. There we go. All right. I'm sorry. Had the wrong one. But you see here, no interest, one, very low numbers. You got to be very careful. With SPX, you'll always be able to get rid of them. So if you put an SPX here, let's see. I got to do it another way. It's not moving too quickly today. There we go. All right. There is still some in here that there's no interest. Some of those contracts are not good. But some of the better contracts, if you're in these better contracts, somehow there must be a problem right now. It's not populating. So for right now, let's just go back to the Delta Gamma. And you can see some of these numbers are very low. The contracts are not paying a lot. And they're not costing a lot. That's not good. A lot of puts. So there's more people. If you go in here, let's close this up here and close this up here. If you go down to the bottom of the page, you'll see there's a lot more puts than there are calls. All right. And generally, that's the way it is. All right. But for right now, I don't know why it's not populating totally. So I'd be careful on any contracts that you might be doing. We'll check back in a little bit on that because it should populate. Something's going on. I've never seen that before, that even with the SPY or SPX, that those contracts. Let me edit this up a little higher. We're going to bring this up to 25. That would be the next leg up. You can see right there, we probably hit around 30 when we hit. We did. And then here, we're going to bring this up a little bit. I know we had a triple on the bottom, but I'm going to go up a little bit. Where do we have this? At 30. Let's just bring it to 35. All right. So that brings 65 cents here, plus the 25 is 65, some 85, 90. 90. That's 90-cent window here. We're towards the top right now. So if you're going right now, wherever our resistance is, we're pulling back to the 13 exponential, which is right here. If we come below that, we're still bearish. We're still bullish, I mean, because we're still above the VWAP. So as you can see, the bulls are still in charge right now. And you can see there is some volume going on. But if we look at the actual SPY itself right now, you can see that the SPY usually has 91 million. We only have 27 million. All right, there's 6.5 hours. So we're talking from 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. I think the average is about 14,000 per hour. We're at 28,000, where we should be at 4, 8, 12, about 42,000. So we're way under the average of the volume right now. All right. And I don't think it's going to change much by the end of the day. I think we're going to be less than average by the end of the day. Those are yesterday's 412 is why. Okay, did I pull up the wrong? Sometimes it opens. I don't know why. It says -1. Thank you. You're correct. So it should be 13. But that was the SPY. But you're right. When I went to SPX, you're correct. All right. So you'll see now, if we go back in, thank you for spotting that out, yeah, there would be no interest in it. But if you go here, you see there's plenty of interest. It's all populated. That's the way it should be. But if we go to a cheap stock, like, let's say OXY, Oxy Petroleum, and we go back into the 14th, look how much volume. See the volume in the open interest? There's very little volume going on in here. That's 3 contracts. Open interest, there's interest is less. Okay, right now it's still paying, but look at the puts. The bids, there is none, and there's very not available. There's no volume on some of these. So you got to be careful. But I'm not even talking about stocks like this. I'm talking about stocks that you may not know the name of that stock, okay? If you put, I know everybody knows Occidental Petroleum, but there are stocks out there that have actual options that you've never heard of. I would be careful. And Engineer, I don't know if she's in here right now, but it's because of her that I'm aware of this, that one day she bought this cheap stock at $2 and she bought the option. It had an option. I don't remember what the stock was, but there was an option available, and she actually took that option and she made like 90 cents on the option. But then when she went to sell it, she couldn't get rid of it. And not only did she get stuck with it, she lost money where she should have made money. So for the $2 that the stock cost, she should have just bought the stock outright. When it went up 90 cents, she could have market ordered it out, and even if she got 70 cents, she still would have made money. The other way she lost because the option was unable to be sold. And it was a good lesson for me, not that I was totally new in options, but I don't know everything and I'm still learning. And as I learn things, I teach you. I just know a little bit more than a lot of you, but there's a lot of you that know this already. And there's a lot of you that know more than I do. You know how to do condors, vertical spreads. You know how to do straddles. I'm not saying I don't know how to do these. I just don't do them right now. And most of the people in here are new with options. And truthfully, when you're new to options, you should keep it simple. Use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay, I hate to use that. Just look at it this way. Keep it stock simple. Keep it stock simple. Okay, keep it stock simple. So what you want to do, I hate to call anybody stupid, is in the beginning, your first year, just do long puts and long calls. Do not, I'm going to tell you, I have seen more people, I have seen more traders that are new trying to grab the big one and make the gusto and go and swing trade the SPY or SPX or Tesla overnight and lose their whole accounts. So I'm telling you, until you really know what you're doing, until you really got the feel of this, okay? And I'm doing this over a year and I still don't swing trade, but that doesn't mean anything. I didn't swing trade a lot of regular day trading stocks too. 35% of the market is made up of swing traders, and that make a lot of money. So don't get me wrong. It's a specialty. Some people are better at going long with stocks. Some people are better at shorting stocks. Some people just do great with options. I do great with options, but I rather do puts than do calls. And I think that more puts are done than calls. And I think the reason is, I think it's because it's easier to call the resistance sometimes than it is to call the support. All right, you have old supports, and that's what we look for. So when we go back 20 days or so, and we try to find a price where this thing can drop to, we can go back 10 days or 5 days or whatever, and we can get a pretty good idea. Or we can use a Fibonacci chart, which will show us different legs up and different legs down. And we have a better chance of calling those things. People who know how to use Keltner and use Bollinger Bands, they have a good idea of knowing where the trend for that particular stock is going to take them. Is it always 100%? No. It only tells us that if something happens here, that'll make this happen here. It's like an enzyme, okay? But if that enzyme doesn't happen, then it's going to go the other way. Maybe you call it a proenzyme. I don't know. Whatever you call it. It goes the other way. There are legs down, so we can look at this thing like yesterday. That's how I'm able to be so on the mark sometimes to go and say, you know what? This is going to pull back today like yesterday. I said it's going to pull back to, what was it, 408.50? And whatever it was, 409.50, and it did. And the day before, I called it within 2 pennies, all right? And the day before, last Thursday, I was able to call 5 targets, and all 5 hit. One I missed by 2 cents. Why? Because I'm able to look at the charts and get a feeling. Right now, we know we're going up, 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 up. All right, if you look at this, and if we were to draw, okay, let's go back into 5 minutes for a second. Why? Because we can see the whole chart. We already know we're going up. But if I was to draw from a high point earlier, and I go here, and I do a trend line, and I'd say I go from, here's a high point right there. And I go from here, come on, go in. Don't give me a rough time. Right there. And then I take it to, let's say, where we are now, right there. You can see we're ascending, all right? And I want to just remove my left drawer, cancel my left. I can do the same thing from the bottom of my day, right there, low point. I don't even know what the low is, but that's it. And I can do it to right there. There's an extension sticking out, boom. And now I've got that. And what it's going to show me is we're coming into a squeeze. And where are we going to squeeze? Up. Isn't that amazing? Yesterday, I looked for that word squeeze, and I couldn't think of it. I had a squeeze fart, a brain fart, couldn't squeeze it out, huh? Okay, let's bring this back to about a 3 minute, and you'll see now. We can watch the whole chart. It did look like it moved a little on the 3. Oh, we took it from here, that's why. Okay, and I believe that might be the low of the day. And let's see, our low of the day is 408.71. What is that? Right there is 408. It's the 71. Wherever it comes up, boom, boom, boom. It should be right there. That's where my thing should have been, right there. But I'm close enough. It doesn't have to be exact. And then this one here, it moved a little bit. And when it does move, you can activate it. And then you can see, and we can just move it right to the tip so it's touching that bottom. It don't have to be exact to get an idea of which way we're going. But right now, you can see, I don't have to go to 1 hour to say to myself, you see, we're going up, we're going up. So people who trade on 1 hour, usually people have millions of dollars, okay? Because they're not worried about the what we would call the pennies. They're only looking for big points, okay? But some of us don't have those big of accounts. Maybe we go to a 15-minute. And you see the 15-minute look great. 15, 30, 45, 60. You see that pull down? You see, and let me tell you what, these lower shadows mean it's going to go up. Sometimes those upper shadows mean it's going to come down. In crypto options, they mean a little bit different than they mean with regular stuff. It actually shows a breakout that's about to come. So I'm learning a lot of different things that I didn't know before. But now we see the upward. If we went to 10 minutes, we'll still see upward. We only saw some pullback here, and that would have been enough to scare you out on a 10-minute. But if you were on a 15-minute, you would have stayed. And then you would have seen this, but that lower shadow shows we're going up. But you see what happened? Somebody was testing this to see how far they could push it. And that tells me eventually, okay, and on your 5, that shows me eventually they know exactly how much to pull it back. I told you that's how they tick you out. Tick you out means you've got a stop loss. They bring it down just enough to tick you out. Collect your money, okay? They get a percentage. And your broker gets a small percentage. Even if they don't charge a commission, they get 0.002, whatever it is, okay? 25. But you multiply that by hundreds of billions of dollars a day. That's how these brokers make money. So imagine how much they were making when they used to charge real commissions. All right, so I'm going to take this back, do this, so we can pull this down a little. If you can't pull it down, just do a little of this, and you should be able to do this. And I always like to have them a little centered. Right now I've got it so we can see, but again, I have it on 5-minute because it makes trading easier if you're going to get in. But because it's only 12:30, I sometimes like to be on a 2-minute. I want to see how many times it bounces 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before it may get tired. I want to see it go to, you see what it did? It touched here, it went above here, and usually it'll follow across, and then I think at this time of the day, instead of seeing it coming all the way down to here, we should see either a bounce off the 13 exponential, which is this here, plus you got the cloud in between, which is a 9 and 21. All right, you see the cloud? If I touch it, it'll light the whole thing up. You can see it on the end, which over here, when I touch it over here, then it lights it up. The top is the 21, the bottom is the 9. That's the think script that I offered you. All right, so when we get to here, what we're looking for right now is we're going to move this up a little bit, and we're going to take this, we want this point, and we're going to move it right to the tip of that top line. All right, but what it's doing is it's stretching it further, and it's pushing it further up. We want to see it get to about right there. If I was to put in an upper target right now, I would come here and I'd say, okay, let's go. See, I already have my resistance here. So I might say that, here we go, 411.75. So I take this line, I'm going to edit it. This would be my upper target, okay? This is how we do it. And you can go back and bring the film back if you want to watch it again. There's my upper target. I want to show it on the right side, all right? And I'm going to say 75 because that's always the number with the highest amount of resistance. I'm going to break up my line, and then I'm going to take anything that we haven't reached is a red zone. Why? Because it's resistance. We haven't reached it, okay? So we're going to put the red up there for resistance, say okay, and now we know when we say okay, you can see that's my upper target. So if we do push past this point here, there's a good chance we get to there. We might even get to 412, all right? Which would be a little bit past that. But for right now, my upper target right now is really 411.60. I'm just going to say 75 because that's where I feel all the resistance would really be at that point, if we get above there. Now, also, at this point, don't forget to put the hand back so you can make things and move things. You can see our resistance now is where? 25, but we're a little higher. Our next step up would be, right now it would be 50, but let's put it at 35. Okay, and there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We popped over twice, pulled back. So we did pull up to about 45, which is where I would have put it, actually. Let's say 45. Let's say 45, okay? It's a good number. 50 is the next point up. It's got to get above that area, all right? But let's just say the 411.45 to kind of tweak it a little. We did hit it once, twice, and for the high of the day, that is the high of the day. So we've just reached the new high of day. Didn't even realize that. So, because it doesn't light up all the time. So our high a day before was 411. It was 411.38. Let's see if that's correct. 411.49. Wow, I didn't even realize we got that high. So 411.49. We just hit a new high a day right over there. Okay, and that's where we have this line at right there. All right. All right, and if you bring it across, you should be able to see it on the right side. It says 411.49. Yesterday, before the sell-off on the SPY, we hit 411.48 3 times. There you go. So right now we're at 411, and that, if you go back to yesterday, what he's talking about is actually how you would find that number. Okay, that's what Deck usually does. Somewhere, you sure? You sure it was 411.48? Because here's after hours yesterday. Here's pre-market this morning. We didn't hit that. I don't think so. I don't see that. Not yesterday. You said yesterday before the sell-off. Let's see. 411. I'm trying to see. I don't see. I'm at 4. Oh, I see. It went up. 411. Bingo. He's right. He's right. Right there. 411.48. So 3 times. There's 1, 2, and 3. We had three. What do you call it? That's the W, the M, whatever. You got the three. Oh my God, I can't think. But yes, you are absolutely correct. All right, and there it is. And that's how you find those situations out. You can see that yesterday there was a lot of resistance at the exact same place at that 311.48. We couldn't get over that 411.50. Excuse me. All right, so right now we're in the same situation. Now, does that mean we can't hit it today? Well, again, I told you. Let's go to the 1 minute real quick, okay? I'm doing the 1 minute so we can see everything in real time, all right? And you can see 1, 2, 3, then it pulls back. But we're still holding the 13 exponential. So we're 411.30, 28. As long as we stay over 25, we will push. Remember that pullback, spring forward. And that's what we're looking for. And one of these times, we might get enough. But if you're watching this, okay, you'll see that our 90,000 is average, 88, 90, 50, 47, 118, above average, below, slightly below. All right, we're still mostly below average. There's a few hits, but all it's going to take is twice average to make it move. That's all it's going to take because we're so far below average at the point. All right, so it's not going to take a lot to make this thing go. Also, as far as the support, our support has definitely moved up. And we're going to move our support up right now. It's probably let's say 411, but let's make it 410.90 for right now in case it was a fast pullback. I just one extra dot in there. Good thing I saw that. That's how your lines disappear. All right, so right here, it's probably, you know what? I'm going to put it to 411. I can see it. It really is the 411. All right. So let's do this. Boing. 411 is you can see right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on this side here. So you can see, and back here, very close. We have 411 as our support right now. All right. As long as we hold this position, there's a good chance that we could hit that upper target. All right. But remember, it's only 12:30. It is lunchtime. So let's put up the lunch sign in case anybody's hungry. All right, let's put up the lunch, put a different sign as yesterday. There you go, lunchtime. And it will be lunchtime for at least another hour because on Central, you got lunchtime too. Even though I tell people you should always put your computer, if you're trading, on Eastern Standard Time. So you're with the markets. And if somebody refers you to a certain point, you'll be looking at the same time and will be on the same accord. Right? Being on one accord is very important. Do you know if Jesus came to this earth today, what kind of a car he would be driving? He would be driving a Honda. Why? So he can get all 12 disciples in one accord. Ba-ding! Just kidding. Religious joke. All right, anyway. Every now and then I just like to break the ice there. You know, I got to do it. He's crazy. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. I am. Okay, so right now you can see we're sideways at this moment and we're at the high. So what do you want to do? I would not be in anything. Now let's just take a quick check and see if any of the contracts have changed at this point. So before I said, let's see, contracts. I said, give me a second. Okay, view. I said SPY 411. What's my SPY? 411 would be 412. So it's gone up a little bit. If you're doing a call on the SPY, it should be 412. And if you're doing a put, you should be at 411. If you're doing now, let's take a quick look at the products, all products. Come on, wrong one. Okay, all products. We should be just out of the money at 41.30 and 41.25. So I'm going to go back 41.20. What did I just say? Oh shoot. Hold on. 41.30 and 25. 30 and 25. Okay. So I want to change the contracts. I have them ready to put up there. Hold on. 20. Okay, here we go. 20. So you put should be at 20, just out of the money. 20 and 25. Was that right? Call would be at 25. Let me just check that one more time. My brain, I can't even remember for 1 second to another. 41, 30, and 25. Okay, so let's just change that. Would be 41, 30. Okay, 30 and 25. There we go. Okay, and then my Tesla would be at 187.50. It's correct. Okay, I'm just going to put them up there. So these are the contracts you should be looking at right now if you want to be just at or out of the money by one. Okay? And you can go further out if you want to. So remember, like right now, if your account is smaller and you say to yourself, well, it's 40, it's good. That's really a good delta. Between 40 and 50 is always good. But I can go to this one for 26. It may not print as quick, but if the trend is wrong and it goes the other way, I won't lose as much. And the same thing here. Instead of 41.25, you can go to 20. Okay, that's a $1.80 difference, $1.70. And I could even go to this one, 41.15. And a 41.35 if I wanted to. Okay, you can go slightly out of the money. It's just not going to print up as fast. You ever go in a contract and you go, I don't get it. It's moving in the SPY, but the contract's not moving because you're too far out of the money. All right, and the same thing will be relative to the fact that if the trend goes the wrong way, that it doesn't go against you as hard. That's why the other day Deck made $2,000. He said, "Oh, I made $2,000," but he could have made $5,000. If he was right at the money, and he always goes way out of the money. I'm not going to go into his reasonings. I know why he does it, but I'm not going to go into it. That's his business. But the fact is, it's a safe way of trading, and you know what? You can keep yourself from losing more. I just wish he would get out sooner. Instead, he's got a large account, so for him to lose $2,000, let's say, when he was down $2,000, and he goes, "Oh, I had a great day," and everybody's going, "What do you mean you had a great day? You just lost $2,000. You think, and you made the right move?" Not really. But if you have $1 million account and you only lose $2,000, that's nothing. All right. But if you have a $10,000 account and you lose $2,000, you just lost 20% of your account. You don't want that to happen. Last bite. My fingers never left my hands. Okay. Anybody have any questions? I know I talk fast. Because there's a lot of information to get out. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns? Anybody? I am not in any trades. I did jump in one trade yesterday at the end of the day, real quick, just to say I made money. I think I made a quick $150, and I made like $225 the day, $250 the day before. I haven't really been trading much because I'm making a lot of money with my crypto options. I'm up over 15,000 in the last 7 days, crypto options. So, as you can see, I'm making really good money. And it doesn't mean I shouldn't do this, but I'm at least putting out very good alerts for you guys, and I'm giving it more attention span to what you need for you guys. And, you know, and I want to let you all know, Deck gave me my bonus. He royally took care of me, as he always does. And I do for him, too. You know what? I earned it. And Deck is always good to me. I just want you folks to know that. I always say I don't get paid for this, and I don't. I get paid to be a moderator, but I do get nice bonuses from time to time. I didn't even know he gave it to me. I just happened to check one of my eBay things, and I saw it there yesterday. Say, I don't, you know, he always hooks me up. But he knows that I always have his back. You can never say anything negative about Deck. I can, but you can't. If you do, I throw you out. Like I did that guy last week. I just didn't like his attitude. Too negative for me. I hate negativity. I really do. Unless we're learning from something negative to make it into a positive, that's different, okay? Turning a negative into a positive. We must always learn from something. But just to be malicious, to put anybody down, or if anybody comes in here and talks about another trader in here, I'll throw your ass out of here. Okay? We're not going to stand for that. We're a family here. You know, you don't talk about your brothers, your sisters, or anybody else that way. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. Oof, that was all off. There we go. On SPX contracts. Well, you know, that's a good question, Eagle. And that's with a capital, the dollar sign SPX. But what percentage of your account should you use on SPX contracts? Let me put it to you this way. All right, give me an idea, not to put you on the spot. How big an account do you have? Give me an idea how big your account is. Okay, be truthful. Because if we can't be truthful, I can't help you get to the next stop. Do you have 5,000? Do you have 2,500? Do you have 500? 10,000. Perfect. And that's a very good amount, okay? That is a perfect amount to work with. Because if every day you could make between 5 and 10% on your account, think about it. That means 10% is $1,000. But you'd be happy if you made 500 every single day of trading. $500 a day is what? I don't know, $75,000 a year. It's a lot of money. It does add up, maybe more than that. But let's take a calculator and say, okay, before we do that, let's take an SPX contract, okay? Let's go look at a contract. And we're going to say, I mean, I have them in here. Hold on. Where we go? My SPX contracts. Right now, they're inexpensive. They're $290. Oh, wow, that one is too expensive. I didn't change that one. Hold on. This one here, that we said the call should be 30. That would make it $390. And this one here should be, we said 25. I didn't change my home contracts. Okay, here we go. That's $6. Okay, but we can go cheaper than that. 25. That's a 25. Let's go take a look at the contracts real quick. So right here at 41.20, they changed already. Look at that. Now it's 41.20, and let's say 41.30. So I got the 41.30. Let me change this one to 20. All right. Just so it gives me, for the money, I get my more bang for the buck. So let's say right now we got $4.50 on the put, and we got about $3.70. All right. So let's figure $5. If I figured that the contract price was $5, all right, and if I'm going to do on SPX, and you got a small account, you can do one contract. Okay. That one contract is equivalent to about 5 SPY contracts. Okay. So if you've got $5. And you've got, let's say it's less than that, but let's say it was $5 times 100 shares. That contract's going to cost you $500. But we know it's less. And every time it's less, you're going to have more left over on the other side. Thank you, $126,000 a year. I knew it was something like that. So if you do $500 on a contract, all right, and you want to build up your account, if this one doesn't work out, the next one will. But you got to remember, then you can reduce your risk. If you put everything into one contract and it doesn't work out, you're shot out for the day. But if you do $500 per contract on a $10,000 account, you can do 20 trades today. And truthfully, if you keep them under 500, then at the end of the day, you might get an extra 2 or 3 trades. So I would say try to keep your trades at 500. If you did the SPY right now, okay, let's see what the SPY cost us, all right? So, of course, you know what? I always tried SPX. If you're new here, you may only want to trade, let's see, here we go, $1.29. So if you do 5 contracts, okay, on this, all right, is equivalent to about 1 contract on SPX, like I told you. So you're always looking at 5. If you're starting off and you're new, then do 1 or 2 contracts. This way, if it goes the wrong way, you can learn how to cost average up if you do a put, or you can learn how to cost average down if you do a call, all right? And you see the price? Again. So if you did 1 contract until you feel comfortable, then go to 2 contracts, you will always have at least 10, 15, 20 trades a day that you can do. And now, I'm not telling you should trade that much. My average usually when I'm trading a lot is 8 trades a day. But there was a day, 3 weeks ago, I shot out. It was the day I think Powell made his announcement, and I went all the wrong way. My trend was totally off. I was wrong. And I was down $6,000, and I only had about 26 grand. So I was down to 19,000 and change. And I said, I was at about 18, 19 trades, and I was at about 20 trades. I was chasing it, and I was losing. I was down 6 grand, and I go, this is not happening. I'm not putting any more money in this particular account. I'm doing too well with crypto. I'm not throwing my crypto money out. So I went and I did 19 more trades, and I won the next 17 out of 19, and I brought my account back up to 26,000. I actually made $500 profit that day. Okay? But that's not a normal day. It also cost me $420. I did 42 trades, 420 in commissions, and I still made $550 that day. But I didn't want to lose. I just put my mind together. I told you guys I gotta go. I said I gotta go that day. I just rushed you all out, and I went to work, and I did what I know how to do. Okay, but that's not good trading. So, though I won and I got my 6,000 back, all right, I'm not telling you to do that. All right, so take it slow. What you need to do is learn how to reduce your risk. That makes you a good trader. So if you can win 50% of your trades, if you set out to win an average of $500 per trade, okay, but out of 10 trades, let's say some you're going to win 700, 800, some you're going to win 200, 300. Let's say you average 5. 5 times 5 is 2,500. If the next 5 you lose and you reduce your risk to 20% on 5, and you lose $125, that's $600 and I think $650. So out of 650, you still win $1,850. Okay, or at 625, you win $1,875. You would win if you won 50% of your trades and reduced your risk on the other 5 to no more than 20% on the 500 shares, or 25%, which would be 125. So you don't want to lose more than 100 to 125 per trade, but you're looking to average 500 on the next 5. You win 50%, you still win $1,800 on 10 trades. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So, and as you get better and better at this, I had weeks that I won every single trade from Monday to Friday. And then the next week, from Monday to Thursday, I won every day. I didn't win every trade. And then on Friday, I lost it all. Okay? So be careful. Keep your emotions in check. This is probably one of the most important things that I can tell you, is keeping your emotions in check. Because it's our emotions that get carried away that make us and bring us to the point of losing a lot of money, okay? And it's very hard not to be an emotional trader, because I know I am one, all right? Listen, 6 things, most important elements in trading a stock. 1, support. Number 2, resistance. Number 3, timing. You sit there. How many times you sit there and you watch it, and then you jump in and it goes the other way? So timing. Not thinking about it. If you think about it, you've already lost. You either have to make that decision, I'm in or I'm out. You don't sit there and wait and then jump in. You'll always lose. So trend or direction, okay? You got to be sure. You got to wait. If something goes up to the top and you get a high doji, like watch the chart. Up there, you know you want to jump in because it's going back down. But if you got a low doji here, look at this. Low doji, look at this. Pull back, what happens? It goes forward. All right, so if you time it right and you look for the signals, buying signals and selling signals. If you get a high doji like this, it just jumps, boom, do a put. Immediately jump into the put. It brought you up to a high point, and be patient, because it might still try to go one more time, but see what happened? And most of the time when you get those high ones, it does pull back, okay? When you get those low ones, it does go forward. You get those low ones, it does come up, all right? You got to be patient. Patience. So trend directions, confidence in yourself, okay? And I think I left one out. And I think number 7 should be patience. All right? So you know what? Let's do this. Let's change this up. And let's make it 7. All right? 6 is emotions. And number 7 is patience. And let's bring it back to the beginning. And let's take off the number 6. 7 most important things. There we go. All right, let's take the other one out. Let's delete that. We no longer are doing 6. We're doing 7. All right, 7 most important things. And I'm bringing that up into my chart for the alerts. And I'm putting it in there right now. There you go. And I'm going up there and I'm taking the 6 out. We now have 7. And if you can think of another one that's good, timing, trend, confidence, emotions in check, and patience. All right. I knew there was a 7th one. I couldn't think of it because I had another one with 5. They're a little bit different, but this is very important. This is very important stuff. Okay. And until you learn to keep yourself in check, Have confidence in your trades. All too often, I don't get me wrong, and you might be one of these people, and I'm sure I was in the beginning too. Should I trade this? How many contracts should I do on this? I only have this much in my account. Is this the right move? If you're still asking these questions, if you're still questioning, if you're still following me, you're following somebody else. I'm not saying, if I give you alerts, that's one thing, okay? If I say, this is going to happen, this is most probably going to happen, if this goes to here, you want to do this, this, and this, that's an alert. There's a difference, okay? If I say, I'm going to jump in if this thing hits this price, and I'm going to take it like Taylor does, okay? That's an alert. That's a difference. But if I say to you, I just jumped in this right now, and you try to follow me, that's a wrong move, okay? You should never be following anybody. Okay? Because when you lose, who are you going to blame? Me? Because you lost? No. You blame yourself because you pulled the trigger and you didn't know what you were doing. So the idea is to always realize and know what you're doing. Can anyone tell me why ETH, you're talking futures right now, went crazy today? When BTC broke 30 a day before, broke 30 today, it could follow. I think it's probably because the Shanghai release, then the next day. I was reading about that Shanghai release the other day. Then slightly outperformed BTC, and today, I think you answered your own question. News, and it's going up, so everyone wants to join the party. Well, that's just it. What makes a stock go up? What makes a stock go up? Anybody know? 3 letters, okay? You know what it is? Come on. Come on. I know there's a delay. Here we go. This is what makes it happen. A mob shift ahead, okay? The mob. What is a mob? Is a market of buyers, okay? And we know that when you have a market of buyers, that stock is going to go up. And then when you have a market of sellers, that stock is going to go down. So that's why we know that if we watch level 2 on a stock especially, that level 2, and you can add 200 zeros to the end here. So, okay, and there's a lot more you're not seeing, and unfortunately, Thinkorswim has the worst level 2. Fourth, that's 4,000, 500, 1,000, 1,000, 1,002. You have to look quick. If there's more being bought, then this price will go up. If there's more being sold, then this price will go down. And that's what you have to be able to do. Deck used to say, watch this, I'm just going to use level 2 to buy and sell. I'm not going to use any other tool. And I can use level 2 to buy and sell all day long. And you can. Find a few tools that work for you and stick with them. There's hundreds of tools out there. The Japanese have come out with so many different bands and Bollingers and Shashkiashkis and whatever you call Shanghais and whatever. There's many different things out there that'll work. But if you have too many things, it's like, you know what? If I put this spice in here, and I put this spice in here, and I put this in here, and a little bit of curry a little more curry and a little salt, and if I flavor things right, it's going to taste great. But if I start adding too much into the brew, it's going to taste like shit, okay? So don't overdo things. Don't overwork something, all right? And don't overthink it. You've got this. You got this. Do not overthink it, all right? That's the best advice that I can give you here, is not to overthink certain things. Once you start overthinking, you will start over losing. All right? Give me 1 second. 1 second. I made it a little bit too cold in here last night because I was so hot, and I played with the thermostat. When I do that, my nose runs a little. You get that little bit of a cold, but I'm okay. All right, anybody got any questions? Give me some questions, I'll give you some answers. But ETH, those futures, they work the same way. There's things that make them move, you know. That's more of a question for what's it, Caesar. Caesar 24 is great when it comes to futures. He can really smarten you up. He's very successful. He's, by the way, he's from South Africa. We've talked at great length, Caesar. I talk to everybody. I used to talk a lot to AK-47 on the phone. I've talked to Kush on the phone. I talk to Deck on the phone. We talk, you know what I mean? We're a family. And of course, I can get more questions answered than you might be able to with direct answers. But just keep at it, okay? Just make sure you follow the right people, even if it's in Deck's room, like Zach Hopper or Taylor Trader. There's a lot of good people in Mel when he's around, especially for aftermarket. He's really good at that stuff. There's some really very, very good people in here. Now, you can see here we've changed a little. If you look here, we could take this back down. There's steps. I see some more steps in here. So if I activate this and I bring this down to right about here, watch this. I'm going to bring it to right over there. All right, and I'm going to eliminate my right extension. It's off a little bit, but that's okay. I'll fix it. I'm going to take this here and I'm going to do from here, and then I'm going to do this to there. Watch this. This is the next step. All right, and then I'm going to cancel my left. And then I'm going to go back. Watch this. I want to activate this. I'm going to activate this one. Boom. And I'm just going to bring it a little bit. Right there. I think I got it perfectly. All right. So it's off a little bit. So you can see there was a different step in there. All right. There was a step to here. Actually, it needs to come down a little bit more. Activate it and just pull down. There we go. Boom. There we go. And if I brought this straight, you'll see what the difference is. So if I extend to the right, you see the difference? I showed this to you yesterday. It was very similar. So you see what's happening? We're starting to move. And in what direction? We're starting to move up. All right? And that's how you look. Cash Chaser, do me a favor. In this room, everything we do with like this. Proper format. All right? SPY looks pretty overboard on the RSI. So if I want to see that real quick, I go to the watch list. I look at SPY. It just happened to be 61.68. And you're right. For the SPY, that is a little bit overboard because it's usually at around between 54 and 58. So right now, but as we move up with more average, the higher the average gets, doesn't necessarily mean it's overboard until we're over 70. But for the SPY, I would agree with you. Okay? So right now, what I showed you is to see the line here, all right? It's starting to move up. This is the new line. So that's why I take this one. Unless this thing starts to move down, then I'll take off the other line. So what I want to do is cancel my right extension on this one. So you can see the upper step. And this one here, let me just do one thing. I hate when they're not perfect. There we go. Let's see if that worked. Perfect. Looks like it looks like a continuation, but if you look at this line again, watch. Extend to the right, you'll see. There's the extension from the first line. So you can see it moved up. And that means if it's moving up, cancel the left, cancel the right extension, then you can see what's happening is my squeeze, if this is moving up, and now this, of course, is moving down. So I'm going to show you something else. Here's another step. Watch. So I'm going to activate this, and I'm going to bring this to about right over there, okay? And let's do that. Did I miss it? Hold on. Let's cancel the right. It's got to come down a little bit. So let's do it a little bit down. Activate it just a little bit. Okay, right there. Okay, then we want to move the next one. Watch. What I'm doing is I'm building steps to show you the squeeze. And now I want to continue this right over here and do it this way. All right? And bam. So you see now how the squeeze changed? And you might say, but I can't see that. But watch. When I take away the left extension, cancel left, you see the difference? So when I look at this one and I extend to the right, look at the difference. This pulled down this way and this pulled up this way. It's squeezing. And what it did, it forced the squeeze down. Okay? And that's how you read this stuff. And this is something that I do that I don't know anybody else that does it this way. Bam. So what happens is I got my step and across, and I got my step up to here, and then it came up this way. You know what I'm saying? Came from where it would have been around here on the line to move up to here. And it brought me up to a squeeze, and then you see what happened. The minute you saw this right there, you saw that high doji? Remember, I always tell you, high doji up, high shadow up, do a put. High shadow down, do a call. It's going to come back right now, okay? It's going to come back. And I can adjust this now. I'm going to show you. I will adjust this slightly. So I'm going to activate this. I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to move it down a little bit. So this just widened my squeeze play a little bit too. So I got to squeeze from upper to lower. So from here, I'm at 411.25, and here I'm at about 20. That's about 25-cent squeeze right there. Okay, and when this came down, it started to squeeze back up. But what it's doing now, instead of squeezing from my high resistance down to my 13, now I'm doing 13 down to a little bit lower, and that's going to bring my support up slightly. And where does that bring me now? I'm going to say about 15. We're trying to get this. We're trying to what's the word? Tighten it up. There's another word for it. Tweak it out, and we're tweaking it out a little bit, including this, which we had the edit of 445. We know that the next step up is 50. So now we have from 50 right there. You see, I hate to do this because my other line, my trend is right on it. All right, so it makes it very, very hard to see. And for right now, let's see if I can activate my trend line and move it up a little bit, just so it's out of the way. All right, I'm going to move it to there. It's not correct. I just moved it. It changes the whole squeeze, but it's right on my resistance line, and I want you to be able to see it. All right, that's the only reason I did that. The squeeze really would be even with my resistance line here. Okay, you understand that? I just moved it up a little bit. We still have our upper target. And remember, my upper target before was above the upper VWAP plot. Now it ended up below because everything has squeezed down a little bit. It squeezed down. You see from here to here, we're now starting to form slightly lower lows. We picked it up again. We picked up the pace, but we were starting to get lower lows from here to there to there. Now we're starting to go back up from there, and we're equal across. So we're consolidating a little bit. We'll see what happens. My resistance is there, but if I activate this, I can bring it real close. I don't want to put it on the line. It should be just about where the line is because it will come right to where this is right there, which actually could be right below it, which shows a declining. Let's see if I can bring it just below. It's going up a little now. It's going up. Let's just do it for there for a second. I just don't want it on the line so you're not able to see it. All right? Anybody got any questions? That's just the way I do things, okay? I do things in steps, and then when those steps change, I eliminate them because I try to show you the now, where we're at right now, okay? And I don't use pretty much on the SPY or SPX, I don't use the level 2 as much as I would with a stock. So I'm just telling you that. Right now, and there we go. We're starting to push up, which is great. I could have left it there because now you can see the activation, and we moved up. All right, and that's where we're going to put us about right at about 60. All right, right there. So we're starting to move up, and until we connect on the SPY, what do you think of the downtrend that started on August 15th? For our top resistance level, would you be around 41.90? I don't know how you can say it, on August 15th. What do you think of the downtrend that started on August 15th for our top resistance? For August 15th? April 15th? No, we're not even in April. How could it be last August? I'd have to look at the chart. Because when I look at last year, we dropped all the way to 348. We dropped to 348.11 is the low of the year. So last year in August, we had to be much lower. So if I was to look, let me just see something. That doesn't make sense what you're saying. Let's see. Let's go 1 year. Here we go. And if I go to October, here's April. And here would be August 15th. I got you. August 15th, there was a high back then at about 427. I got you. So we pulled up. But you could have said that. Well, what about April 11th? April 11th, we are 437. So really more from April 11th. I don't know what to make of that. I mean, things go up and down, and I don't even understand why. I don't even understand why we're as high as we are, because I don't really see that, other than the unemployment is lower, I don't see that anything with what's going on, and we're headed for recession, that would signify, or even, we're in such trouble. The United States is in such trouble that I'm scared that this is a buy before the sell, and that's exactly right. I hope you're saying I hope the market crashes, but I don't, but I see it happening. That's exactly what I see is going to happen. The markets are going to crash. When and where, and you better be in the puts. And that's why I'd rather stay in puts. So if I'm going to put one day, and that's the day of the crash, you know where I want to be. More people become millionaires and billionaires on down markets. Okay? So here we go. Here we go. All right, we're pulling back. Here's your pullback. See the two high dojis, and boom. So we had a little bit of a push. We got a little bit of a high. We couldn't get there. Now we got a dollar pullback. All right, 411.55, not a dollar. We had about 40 cents. It looked like more than it was. There it is. Bingo. Right to my support. And here we go. 400. 411, I mean. Let's make it back to 411 support. Bingo. Right there. Whether we hit it or not, I don't know. We're close. 411. And let's see. And that's going to change our entire setup here. And it changes the whole squeeze, all right? So that's that, and let's edit this up to 10. So it's 411.10 maybe. Let's say, boom, there you go. 411.10, which is right there. Old support, new resistance, old resistance, new support, old support. 411.10. And then here, we're still at a 411.50. Okay, boy, this looks like a lot more than it really is, because this is 411, and this here is 411.50. Let's bring it in a little like that. It's not as much as you think, but I think we're starting to pull down. I think we're starting to pull back. But we can go back up just as fast as we did what we just did. Let's go to 35. It's very, very tight, okay? Actually, it's more. Let's go to 40. Let's go to 411.40. That's about there. Right above there on the 13. See, now, if we pull and we bounce off the 13 exponential, that shows me we're going to be coming back down even lower. And we can come down a far away. We can come all the way back down to 410.50, okay? Or lower. That's 27. By the end of the day, we could be really low like yesterday. Right now, you see that first line right there that I lowered it to the step? Remember, if I go to the right, you see how far up on top it is? We already know that's gone. All right, so we cancel that right. This now is going to be pulling this way. So I could make another leg down and say to you, well, you know what? Now we're coming from here to up. See how fast? As fast as we came down, we're coming back up. Look at this. It changes. All right. How far are we going to go? How far are we going to go? And that brings us back to the 50. That's where we were. There's your 50. I'm going to see, there's got a lot of resistance at the 50. We pushed up there to 67. But this time it could push all the way. We don't know. Let's just see what happens. Let's just watch it. I'm not getting into anything. It's too bouncy at this moment, okay? Break of 38, and then it could... Oh, he's still talking about GFAI. Doesn't he realize this is an option room, right? It is an option room. Okay. So you see my new lines. You see what we just did. Our resistance is at 411.50. I'll pull back down to about 411.10, we said, I think. 411.10. It could just jump. That's total manipulation at this point. And that's why I'm afraid I don't want to get involved right now with guessing and chasing. You get in, it goes up. You get up, it comes down. Now you think it's going to come to this point. All right, look at this. Pushing above again. Right there, we had 55. All right. I think for right now, you know what I'm going to do? I don't know if I want to do that. Let's remove this drawing for right now. Just remove that. Let's put the whole extension back in the way it was, to the right there. All right. So you can see eventually it does come to a squeeze. All right. Right now, this is starting to move itself. So we could move this back. So really, we don't need this line either. I'm going to take this one out. Let's remove that drawing too. And let's say that we're going to edit this back up slightly to about 60. It's probably 55, but let's make it 60. It's right there. You got 55, 56, 55. There it is. 57. We're starting to push up again. Why? Why did we pull all the ways down like that? There was your higher doji, your higher shadow, and there it is right there. So we know that our next leg up is 75. I didn't need that other line. I just brought this back to the way it was. And that's going to bring our support up slightly, but I'm going to leave it at the 411. Entries back near the VWAP. Add as long as it holds, it will still have a chance to squeeze. Agreed, but we're nowhere near. Is he talking? Oh, he's talking about GFAI. Okay. Because I was going to say on this, our VWAP is down here. So we're totally bullish. Right now, the bulls are in charge. You remember I didn't change this? I left this at 411.75. How many people think we're going to hit my upper target? Now, my upper target before, when I put it in there, was up here, and it was above the VWAP, the upper VWAP plot. Now, we're slightly below, which means 411.90, this is going to go even higher, okay? At the rate we're going, we could go to 411.90. On the spot, this is what I was looking at on the 4 hour from August 15th. Gotcha, on the bottom. And look at my lines. They're very, very, okay, I gotcha. This shows, the top part shows descending, and the bottom part shows an upscale, all right, where we meet. And that's where the squeeze comes in. But the question is, when you still get to that point, do we squeeze higher or lower? And I don't think that anybody knows. But with the news going on, I think eventually we're going to squeeze back down. I really see us back under 400 soon. This 411, I don't know why we're here. There's U.S. stocks rally on cooling price pressures. What's it say here? At 12:28, which is about 30 minutes ago. Fed's hiking cycle's conclusion. Trending in the futures suggests a cautious opening on Thursday as traders put inflation fears on the back burner and look ahead to the first quarter earnings session. Some high-profile big banks will kickstart reporting on Friday, providing more clarity on the banking crisis. As long as the banking crisis, as long as the banks that do fall into a problem get bought out by other banks, is a much better solution than some of these banks being backed and bought out by the federal government. Anytime we print up more money, anytime we have to back them with new funds, it's going to bring us faster into a recession, higher into inflation. We don't want that. But I don't think it's inevitable. It's inevitable. And unfortunately, we have an administration that has screwed up so bad that it's going to catch up with us very soon and bite us so hard that the United States of America, for the first time, will be a second-rate country. We will be backed by Chinese dollars or a new world order money that we are not really part of. We'll be secondary, and our money will be worth a lot less. Look how much we owe to China. They've got us. They've got us exactly where they want us. And Joe Biden handed us to them on a silver platter. He was bought and paid for. I don't think there's one person in this room can tell me what I just said is not true without being bounced out of here. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. That's not something I would bounce out for. You're all entitled to your opinions, even if they're worthless. No, I'm kidding. You're not worthless. You know what I'm saying. All right. What are we going to do from here? Look at this. A lot of resistance right up there. There's a lot of resistance, but it's still trying to push. You've got only 35, what's that, 36,000, 43,000, 49,000, all way below the average. 88 below average, 83 below average, 83 below average, 161 above average. And this one here, 183 again. Look at this, 180, 160, 183, 69, all very below average. This one, it's pushing. There's my, right there, there's my upper target. Getting hit right now. Once we hit this upper target, which we just did, there you go. My upper target got hit. I'm going to move my upper target up now, and it's going to go up to here. And this is going to be now at 412. Okay, I'm going to say 412 and 25 cents. So I have just hit my target and moved it up, and now my resistance is going to go up. Okay, my resistance is going up now to resistance at about 411.90, which we know the next step up is exactly the 412. Probably I should just put it there. We should just put our resistance at 412. But this is going to move this up too. So you can take this now and you can activate the trend line. And let's see if I can find it. If I can find it, take this into a 3-minute watch and bring this down. Come on. Come on. Oops, too far. We're going to take this now. We should be able to find it. Activate it. It's down here. That's why. Okay, and just move it up there. And there you go. There's our 412. So we just hit our 412, and that brings now everything's at 412. I told you before we would hit the 412, and that puts my upper target now at 412.25. So I hit the target once, and I'll probably hit it twice. And we're starting to move up. And that's going to bring my resistance up to 411.25. Right about there. It actually may be a little higher. It could be 30, 35, right under the what do you call it? I'm going to bring this up to 35. Actually, let's tell you what. Let's see, where am I at? Let's see where it looks at 50. If it's below the 13, it's right at the 13. That's it. There it is. So I'm at 50 here and 12 here. 412. Perfect. That's 50 cents. You can see what's happening. It's starting to squeeze, but it's squeezing up. But be careful. See the higher shadows? There might be a lot of resistance up there. It can end up pulling back a ways. At least 20, 25 cents. Wow. I hit that target, so I was right on. I didn't take it away when it started to drop. I knew that was temporary. And that was just manipulation. You could see it. All right. Give me 1 second. Okay. Where are we going with this? A lot of resistance, a lot of resistance. Let's bring it back down to the 1 minute. Okay, we know that anywhere we look, 1 hour, it's all going to show up. Anything we look at, 15 minutes, it's all going to show up. So let's leave it at the 1 minute so we can actually see how many times the resistance plays a role in this. All right, there we go. So we hit the upper target. We're still pushing up. There's probably another step up at this point, okay, making this a little tighter. So, truthfully, and let me see, if I take this last, let's see, the duplicate, let's see, let's extend to the right. You can see that one is here. So I can take this one out, remove that, then I can take this, and I can activate it, if I can find it. Oh, the whole damn thing moved. Okay. Let me go back to the 3 minute for a second and see. It did move here. That's what right there. Let's cancel the left. Perfect. All right, it's good. It's good. It's still good. All right, so we lost all our steps, is what we did, which is fine. All right. Now we have the whole day pretty much from the high that was back here to the low that was here, right there. That was a low of day to here. Looks good. This is a little bit higher. What you can see, what's happening is it's going to move this up a little bit right there, which makes our squeeze a little bit wider. So you can always feel when you see these trend lines where it's going to squeeze and where it's going to squeeze up or down. I'm expecting a little pullback now because you could see. And what we did is we pulled back here, all right, and now we're holding right at there. So this could be it. If we can follow this along a little longer, I think we'll start to pull back. I don't know that we'll get much higher than 412. If we did, and we could get past 412.75, we would be looking at 415. But I don't see any reasoning why we would get there, to be honest. I don't. Other than the manipulation of getting where we're at, I think we're going to pull back. What do you all think? Are you agree, or you think we're going to go further up? What is the room thinking? Bezek, talk to me. This is the area on the SPY that I was talking about. This is the area on the SPY. Coming from the top down. From then. Back in August of back then. So if I look here, back in here, exactly where we are now. But you see, we're still coming down. Down, down. We're still building lower lows from that time. So, and that's why I'm telling you, even though we're looking at a temporary moving up for the moment, I still think we're coming back down. And if you look what you're talking about, and I go back, let's say 180 days, all right? Let's say, hold on, let's see if I can get it in here. Because right now we're at a different place. I don't see where we're at. Hold on. There's an extra line in there from a long time ago. You see why you got to get rid of your lines? Look at that. That's from a long time ago. Let's remove that line. I never know. Sometimes I lose my... There's another one. You lose lines and you don't know where they end up. I just saw another one somewhere. 431. Let me just see. I thought I saw another line. I lose a line every now and then. I go, where did that thing go? 243. Ha 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 ha. There is another one right there. See? Let's get rid of that one too. Hold on. These are lines that got lost. I can't even find this one. I don't know where it's going. I don't know where it's going. Nope. I don't know what that is. No, I can't get rid of it. I don't know what it is. Oh, I did see another one. There it is. There's another one right there. There we go. Remove the drawings. These are drawings that get lost. And days I put a wrong number in and they disappear and you just can't find them anywhere. Let's see. If I cancel the left, extend to the left, cancel. No, they're already gone. Extend to the left. I canceled the lefts there and extend, canceled right. No, they're gone. I don't know what that line is. I'm not sure. I can't find it on the 180, what you're talking about. I can't get in there from here. That's on 4 hours, maybe the problem. Let's see, what's my 200 day? Yeah, there's just no way. I can't get in there. Okay, just forget that. Let's go back to where I'm at. Go to the 3 minute. I can't get in this chart. You know, these charts are good. They're not always perfect. This market went up so much today. It went up, did it? Yeah, it went up $3, $2.50, $2.50. That's our high. Day's range is 411.49 is not a high a day. Oh, well, that's right. We're 412.09, so we went up $3.50, just like I said. Yeah, but there's a lot of resistance up here. I may not see my new upper target here at 412.25, but at the rate we're going, we could see it. Look at that from the bottom there. There to here. That's still very choppy. The way you look at it, it's still very choppy. That's why I did not trade today. I only jumped in once or twice the last few days. It was too choppy for me. How is that GA? Anybody in that GFAI? Oh man, went up another $3-4 today. Amazing. That's totally amazing. GFAI, great stock. Been paying off. People making a lot of money. Let's see, 35.29. Let's see what's that now. 35.30. Wow. Be careful with that. There's no. I wanted to jump in before. In the past, that's a stock I would have jumped in. I would have definitely jumped in that stock. Okay, CNBC. Maybe later. Maybe later. Feds expect crisis to recession this year. Minutes show. This is really interesting. Anybody wants to read a good article with CNBC, CNBC with the recession. There's a good article right there. And also, I think it's my other computer. I found some really good stuff on, I'm still checking out that KuCoin. Where is it? I found some really good stuff on, let's see if I can find it. It might be in my other computer. Let me see. It might be in here. If it is, I'm going to let you folks be able to. You can take this. Anybody's interested in learning, you can go down to. Is this it? What chart should crypto investors use? So I'm going to put this in here for people interested in crypto. YPTO charting. There's a lot of good information. You'll have to open up each and every one of them one at a time. You can get a lot of good information on there on crypto charting. I got a whole lesson that I'm going to get out of here for you guys in the future. Okay? I just want to, because I don't know how long this girl's going to help me. She could disappear tomorrow. I mean, we're talking about a future together, but sometimes she's just so flaky. I can't take it. I don't know if it's her age or just that's the way Asian people are. You know, women so bossy. I've never seen anything like that before. And that's okay. I mean, I'll stay home and do the laundry and do the washes and do some trading from home. And she wants to make the millions and I can sit back and enjoy it. That's great. And I'll just have sex with her whenever she wants. And I'll be fine with that. And I'll be a sex slave at my age. And that's okay. It'll keep me healthy. If that's okay with her, I'll go for that. But if that's not going to work, then I got to learn how to do this crypto trading for myself on the crypto options so I can teach you guys how to do it. I can show you now what I've learned so far. And I can, he's laughing. Rocco, we're going to talk. But anyway, I can teach you right now with the how I made the money with the mining and why I'm doing it this way and how I'm bringing myself up to the next levels to get myself more money than I could. That's more of a short thing until that it isn't a short thing anymore. And then I've got to really use my talents on reading charts to do crypto options. Yeah, totally different. When we do an option, okay, and we go the wrong direction, we just get out and we try to reduce our risk. When you do crypto options, it's win or lose. 1 minute, 3 minute, 5, 7, or 10. That's it. And if you have a smaller account, you can only do 10-minute trades. And the bigger your account, I'm doing 7-minute trades now. I may be able to do 5-minute trades, but I can't do a 1-minute trade, okay? Until I have like $500,000 in the account or 300,000. There's different levels for different types of trading. Now, the lower you can get on the chart for being tied up on your money, the better and easier it is to call it on the charts. Because some of these things that we've been doing, they change at the last second. Crypto can actually bounce $30, $40, $50 at a time. So can SPX. All right, SPX can do the same thing. But usually we're watching the SPY, and whichever trend ways we go with the SPY, we get the advantage of SPX. But if all of a sudden it drops $1 or 50 cents, let's say, if it drops 50 cents, I'm going to give you a good for instance. We just saw it drop from here to here. That's 93 to 17. So in 1, 2, 3 minutes, that's 3, 6, 9 minutes. Let's go to, I know there was one. Let's look at a 1 minute, and then I can show you what I'm talking about. All right. Let's take this and let's do this. So from right here in 2 minutes, it went from 56 down to 9. So it went 50 cents right there, okay? 50 cents. Now, let's go into SPX and take the same area. So right here, okay, on that contract, it went from 460 to There you go. 260, let's say. So that was $2. That was $1.90. So what was 50 cents on the SPY was $2.90. So if it went the other way on me, and that's $2.90, and I got 5 contracts, I just lost myself about close to $1,400. All right? And that's why I'm telling you, folks, you can make a lot of money, but don't be fooled. You could also lose a lot of money. So right in that area, for every 50 cents, it's $2.90. So that means for every dollar right now, we're running about $5.50 on SPX. For every dollar on the SPY at this time is $5 on SPX minimum. All right, and I've seen days where it's $8 to $10 for every dollar. All right, so you got to be very careful. Though you can make a fortune, you can lose a fortune. Especially for those of you with small accounts, you can wipe them out, and that's why I tell you, don't swing trade. You never know what's going to happen at a time that you have no control over that market. You have no control of what's going to happen. One bit of news can go take it just the opposite way, and you can lose your whole account. Don't do it. Just telling you, I don't swing trade. Not SPX or not the SPY. There is no stop losses after hours. There's no stop losses in pre-market or after hours. All right? Get that in your head. You can put them in all day long. They will not get hit. Okay? You can put them in. They will not be hit. They can only be hit in regular trading hours. Are you all with me? Anybody have any questions on that? Go to Encyclopedia. Encyclopedia is Investopedia.com. You can find out any answer to any question you have just about on investing. Investopedia.com. Great site. I gave it to you before for the crypto options to look at. Investopedia.com. But it's on everything. Everything. Whether it be options, whether it be futures, whether it be, regular day trading, stock trading, long-term investing. It's a great site. It's just I don't know how many of you remember World Book and Encyclopedia Britannica. Okay, so back before 1985, we didn't have 1989, 1990. We didn't have the internet. We had World Books. They came out once a year, and then they had the almanacs once a year to add to them. We had encyclopedias back in the 60s and 70s, and they were expensive, and you had like 50 books from A, B, C, D. It was one book for every letter. That's the way they could get you. And they used to charge $300-$400 for a set, and Britannica was $1,000. We don't have that crap anymore. Now we just go to the internet and say, what? World Book? What the hell is World Book? Are they worth anything? Is that an antique? Let's see. Encyclopedia Britannica. Let's see, I probably spell it wrong, but here it is. Encyclopedia Britannica. They still exist. Wow, you can still get it. 1994, Britannica debuted the first internet-based encyclopedia. In 1994, Britannica debuted the first internet-based encyclopedia. Does Encyclopedia Britannica still exist? Since 2000, it has been published exclusively as an online encyclopedia. They still got it. Okay? So for some of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, you know what? Go educate yourself, because my education goes a lot further than yours does. I'm going to be 69 years old this year. Though I have more energy than most of you, I do remember back then. I remember when marijuana came out. No, I don't. They were smoking it in the 30s and the 40s. But when I was a kid, everybody was, take it quick, it's burning my fingers. Everybody was passing it. I didn't really like it. I loved the smell. I loved the taste. I hated the high. I found better highs in many other things than marijuana. But to each his own. I don't judge anybody. Whatever makes you happy. I come from the hippie stage. I went to a psychologist in my young 20s, and she said to me, she looked at me, and I'll show you what I look like. And she said, if I saw you walking down the road, I would label you drug person. I go, why? She goes, take a look what you look like. I go, everybody looks like that. Everybody looks like that, But back in my, photos. Back in my 20s, 20 years old, 19 years old, I looked like everybody else did. Here's me at 19, okay? That's what I look like. That's the active trader right there. That's who you're taking advice from. What's wrong with you people? Look at that guy. You know, I got the same mustache. I haven't taken it off since then. Maybe once or twice. I got that same mustache. I don't have all that hair. That was me. I was living in North Miami Beach. There's a little hole in the wall off the kitchen. My parents moved to Florida, but they didn't really count on me coming. 19. I was in dental school back then. I went to dental college for dental technology. So that was me back then. A lot of shit has changed, man. A lot of shit has changed. Okay. How are we doing? How are we doing? Sound like New York. How you doing? I'm doing all right. How you doing? I'm doing okay. How's the pizza? Pizza's good. Not as good as New York pizza, but we're getting there. All right. 82 people in this room. Any other rooms open right now? Is anybody? Let's see. Deck, he's not there. He's not there. Who else says he's there? Okay, AK-47, he's not there. Is he there? Let's see. Yeah, he's there. What's he up to?
I mean, look, I have the spine. Here's my 409. This was for this morning from that breakout. This when I first looked at it earlier on, before that breakout. I mean, look at this. Oh, I mean, I could have made money.
Oh, we could have made some money today. I love AK. He's a good man. He was actually worried about me. I saw something come up on WhatsApp, and I didn't understand what he meant at first. Then it hit me. He was talking about the rain. We got so much rain here in South Florida. One person left here. 3 people left to go check out AK. Bye! Go ahead. If you want to trade stocks, we're doing options. We're not really even doing much today because there's not much happening. There's a lot of consolidation. Exactly. Thank you, Tom Hitman. There is no movement right now. That's it. You can see the consolidation, right? This is consolidation. That's why I put it to 1 minute. You can see. Boom, boom, boom. We tried. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, we're not even following. There's your pullback right here to here. There's your pullback. But we're holding now between the 13 and our resistance, okay, is where we have it at 412. I'm going to leave it at 412. We're still, that's where we're at. We're at 412. There's nothing happening, folks. Do not be chasing. The only difference is this. Watch. We are looking for a squeeze. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this. We're going to put this right there, okay? And then we're going to cancel the right extension. All right, perfect. Ooh, that was nice. Then we're going to take this. We're going to add another line from right there. Let's say right there. See, we got our step back now. And there's your pullback, like I said. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to remove our left, cancel left extension, and we can now play with this a little bit. Let's activate it. Perfect. And there. Okay, so you can see right now, we're squeezing down is what we're doing. And if you want it, we can put another leg from here to there. You see what's happening? Look at that. And there's the down arrow, just as I put that there. That is so amazing. Cancel left. And just as I did that, that's where your down arrow come to show you what I was just about to show you, that we're actually pulled down. This is why I do it this way. Watch this. Cancel, let's see, activate, trend line 50. Where's the activation? I don't see it. There it is. So I want to bring this, let's say here, all the ways to right there. Right there. On right there. And I want to cancel the right on 50. Bingo. So you could see the leg. We just pulled up again, and just as I did that, so weird, that red arrow came showing our push down. Okay? And that's why I do it this way, because if you do that and you stay up with it, you'll start to understand, you'll be able to notice what's happening at the moment. Okay? I built a step here. We were going. So if I did this, you'd see how we were getting tighter. If I go extend to the right, you see we pull from here all the ways to there. I can't make it bend. So like you do with a wire if you're a plumber. All right. But what I have to do is take my right extension off and then keep an eye. Now I can work from there. Until they match up again, I'll keep those extra lines. The only thing that's changed is my support. Okay. My support's showing here at 411.50. I'm going to still leave it there. I don't know that it's true. We might be even closer to 411.70 until we pull back, and we're not. But let's just say, let's edit this and let's make it a little closer and make it 65. All right, 411.10. I'm trying to tweak it a little bit closer there. Actually, it should have been a little bit more. I think it was the 70. What did I say before? 70, right? So let's make it 70. We're so close. If it drops one more shot, Okay, so we're real tight in here. So from 470 up to 412, all right, we have 30 cents. We're right in the middle. We're somewhere in the middle. All right, 70 would be 85. That's exactly where we're at. So you don't want to go forward. You don't want to go back. You got to wait. There's nothing you can do right now. All right, no movement. And I'm taking my picture out of there. You had enough time to look at the active trader. And there we go. We're trying to push up again. There's a lot of resistance. So we keep getting somewhere between just below the 13 exponential all the way up to the resistance at 412. With that, I'm going to have myself, since I didn't have any lunch, I'm going to eat some Orchard Valley almonds with dark chocolate coatings. So I can put something in my mouth. I'm hungry. Here we go. Here we go. Trying to push again. Trying to push. And let's just see if I can move this up a little bit. There we go. Bring this down and move this up right there. There we go. So we're trying to push up slightly. But let's see if we can get past the resistance. We're at that 412 again. We might get up to 412.10, 412.8 maybe. If not, we're going to end up coming back down again. We have a lot we can come back down to, even as far as 411. We can come back a whole dollar, 411. Let's see, 411 here would be 411.42. About 411.50 for right now. I can see us coming back down. Here comes a little bit of movement, a little bit. It's trying, but it's not again. And we got 122,000 right now. We got 122. We're above average. We're trying to push up. Remember I told you 10? It might push to 8 or 10. There's your 10. Right below. We're right below. We'll just keep moving it up until we find out where we're going to settle out there. Still trying to push. There's 11. You're watching? And my time at sales is wrong. See, nobody saw that. Boom. There you go. Slight movement, not much. Remember, take your mouse, put it on there. Watch. 126,000. 65. 96, that's above average. 75, below average. Above average. This is going to be about, we already were below average. Again. So most of them are below average. And that's why it's going to be hard. Unless we get a jolt of energy, what does that mean? That means a market of buyers come in, or one of these people that are manipulating this stock just either go for it or they're going to do a market order out. Like right now. They'll put down to the 13 exponential right there, 411.95, 96, and boom, forward. Try one more time. Not enough for me, not enough for this trader to go and take a gamble. I'm not gambling. My gambling days are over. I'm not saying that I'm never going to be wrong. I'm going to be wrong plenty. But at least I'm going to give myself the best advantage by charting out the best that I can to the best of my ability. So I have the best advantage of knowing where this is going to go. Okay? And you should be doing the same. Oh, boo. I hate when that happens. Okay, boom. Activate it again. Just pull it towards you. Then you can do it. Okay? We're starting to go straight across again. You see what's happening? But don't be fooled. That line to the right. Watch. See? Until we get there, I still need this line. And there it is. Look at that. There's the push. So what do I do now? I remove this line here. And now we have that line back. You see what I did? And now you see why I did it? Because I can keep view of everything that's happening as it's happening. All right? And we're moving now. And now, look at the upper target, folks. That's the second time I've called upper target, and I've hit my upper target. So what does that do now? That's going to bring my upper target up to the 75, okay, which is up here. I'm not saying we're going to hit it, even though we have. Now we're going to bring this to 50. even though we're not there yet, that's the next step up. And look what's happening here. See? So if you see what's happening right now, we are starting to... Shit. Come on, don't do this to me. It's going to move the whole line. I don't want that. Okay, so maybe it goes from there. So I go here. I don't want that. I don't want that. Wrong one. I go here, activate it, do it this way. Move it that way. There we go. See what's happening? It's starting to squeeze it upward. We're getting an upward squeeze now. Everything is starting to move up, and there's our movement. And that means, look at this. Ready? 275,000 shares. Remember I told you? All of a sudden, we're going to get a burst. There's your, watch this. 96, 75, 113, all average, average, below average, boom. 275. 3 times 9, 18, 27. 3 times average it took to go. And what did I tell you before? We want to get right above this VWAP plot. Now we're going to come back on around. I don't think we'll get much more. I don't know if we'll get that 275, but 250, 412.50. If we get past 412.50, then the next step would be 1375, which is 413.75. So far I've been right, and so far my upper target's been hit twice. I'm not saying, folks, that we're going to hit that third upper target. We're not going to get near it until we get over 412.50 and hold. We got to hold over 412.50. And look at this. Look at this. Look at the volume starting to increase. 2 o'clock, 1:45 in the afternoon. Very frustrating for me too, Eagle. That's why I'm not in any play. The moon's sitting in the wrong place because I had a fight with my girl today. Every time I have a fight with my girlfriend, my wife is happy. I don't know what's going on. It is what it is. I love almonds. Very healthy for you. Now, you can see all resistances are 412.50. Above average, we're still pushing up. And yet, Tesla isn't moving. Tesla, got it on the 1 minute, it's not moving at all. Tesla is not moving. It's stuck at 185.30. That's right, it's still bullish. It's above the 13 exponential and above the VWAP. I got my resistance set at 186, I think. 186. Now we got 3 upper shadows here at, what do you call it? I'm not a trader. Eagle, I'm not, you know what, Eagle, it's not that you're not a trader. You haven't learned enough to be called yourself a trader or not a trader. You need to learn more before you proceed. It's like saying, it's like being a 12-year-old and saying, you know what, I'm going to get into a car and I'm going to drive from here to Florida. I'm going to drive from New York to Florida, but you never drove a car before. You know what? Trading is the same way. You don't just walk in and say, well, I got money, so I can trade. No, bullshit. You've got money, so you can lose. How do you prevent yourself from lose is by putting challenges in front of you to learn how to be a trader, okay? Anybody can quit. Quitters never win, but winners never quit. I will never quit. If I quit, I made $63,000 in the last 8 weeks. Not even, a little more. 9. No, it's a short week in February. February 1st. How many days is that? Hold on. So that's 28, 29, 28. 28, that's 59. 59 and 13. 59, 69, 72 days. 72 days I've made $63,000. 63,000. I made more, I lost some. I lost $16,000 3 trade days ago. One day. I would have been up 76,000. Actually, I would have been up more because I got scared and I didn't do a $50,000 trade. 55,000. I would be up right now about 190. Minus 50 is 140. Minus the 35 is 105. I'd be up 105,000 if I made that one trade that I got scared. And she still won't let me forget it. She keeps pushing it at me. And with 50,000 more, I'd be up right now. It is what it is. That's a woulda, coulda, shoulda. How do you find your own Asian chick? Don't look for one. I wasn't looking. She didn't find me. I just saw her on my Facebook, and I started to chat because I saw something she wrote, and we started to talk. And after we talked for a couple of weeks, you know what she did? She took down her Facebook. She took down her Instagram and said, "You know what? I found what I'm looking for." She told me I've changed her life in such a way that nobody else has. And I said, "Really? If you really believe I've changed your life, then would you do me a favor?" She goes, "What's that?" "Would you lend me 35,000?" She lent me 50. She says, "You know what? I know you, and you won't hurt me." Listen, I was watching BTC when I got involved. It was about 12,500 or 30,000. But I'm not investing in BTC that way, okay? I'm not holding coins. You buy coins, you pay 10% VIG. When you sell the coins, you lose 10%. So you're already down 20% the minute you buy a coin. So as long as they keep going and going, how much can you soak into a coin? How many coins are you going to buy? You know what? Now you're going to chase that too? I'd rather do options. I'm a day trader. I get in, I get out. My money right now is in spot. I can do whatever I want. Right now, let's see. If I can find it real quick. I'll show you right now. It's sitting in my, let's see. Ooh, Asian girl, nudie. Not that one. Crypto.com. Here we go. Let's see. And let's see if I can find it. Here we go. This is my This is my crypto account right now. Right there. $142,700. I went from 142 back to 126, back to 140, 142 right now. So, show us the way, Anthony. Jesus is the way. He said, "I am the way, the truth, and the light, that no man comes to the Father except through him." Follow him. Leave all your riches on the side of the road and don't worry about anything else. You're all going to be dead soon anyway. So what does all this mean? Showing you the way. It says in the beginning of the New Testament, it goes, "What do you call that? This thing that we call Christianity?" It was called the way. There you go. For some of you, might know what I'm talking about. It's called the way. Wee way. So that is my fingers there by my phone. See, if you don't believe me, there's my pink phone taking a picture of my crypto account. I'm building now, folks. I am building, and you will build too. Any of you that want to build up your account first before you start trading, 10,000. Do you trade crypto live here? No, not yet. Not yet. But you're not ready to do crypto live yet. I want to teach you how to take your money, Anthony, and take that 10,000 and in 2 days turn that into 12,000 without any worry about losing. And then I'm going to show you how to take that 10,000, invest it again, and make 338% per day. Okay, so you'll make 120% over the next 3 days. I'm going to show you how to build that 10,000 and make it. If you could start with $50,000 of side money, I will show you how to make $15,000, 100% guaranteed in about 10 to 12 days, say 14 days, in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, you'll have 15,000 more than you had on your 50. Now, you can gamble it, you can do options, and you might make even a lot more, but mine is a guarantee. From there, then we're going to learn how to do crypto options, okay? But for right now, I'm not teaching you the crypto options. I'm not taking you in that directions. I'll teach you how to do these options. You can still make a fortune of money, but there's still no guarantees in anything else. The only thing that's a guarantee is the mining, but you want to know how to maximize your mining to get the most out of it. I wish somebody was going to tell me. They only showed me the mining, but they didn't show me how to maximize my mining. If I had done that, I would have made an extra 10,000 on top. So I would have made an extra more, maybe even a little more. I would have maximized each one. I was scared, like you are. Oh, can I lose? Is there any guarantees? This company's been around since 2017. They're doing great, okay? There's no problems. And the more Bitcoin goes up, the more this company is solid. It has nothing to do with FTD, FTX, all those other lying bullshit artists out there who are just literally out there to rip you off from day one, and people believed it. Okay, this has nothing to do with that. And there was one that was on the New York what do you call it? It was on the stock exchange. I think it was called Viking. Okay, and they went under. This is not one of those. These are out of Dubai. They're solid companies. They're doing very well, and these are not permit scams. These minings. This is nothing. People say, "Oh, it's a permit scam," so I'm getting on the bottom. What happens if they run away with my money? They're not gonna run away. I had the same thoughts in my head. The girl that I'm with has over $5 million sitting with them right now. $5 million. She's not worried. She's Chinese too. They're Chinese people running the place. She knows. She's not worried. Okay. The birds don't worry, and they always get fed. Through me, Rocker. Didn't you just write me this morning? You want to maximize? Get rid of your coins, and we'll make some more money. Well, hold on to the coins. If you have money besides that, I'm telling you, if you can start with a little over $50,000, I will make you over $15,000. But you got to come through my thing, because I make something off of you putting money in there. I don't make any on your money. But just because you did, it's a bonus to me. And you can bring people in the same way. I'll show you where to get that extension. And you bring people in after me. And you help them. And you'll make money off of them. All right? Fair is fair. All right? Otherwise, you're going to have to pay me $50 an hour to get on the phone with you and teach you. I'll teach you what I can here. But right now, Crypto.com, I don't invest through them. I only use Crypto.com to bring my money from my bank to Crypto.com to this, okay? I gave you the link. 15 people so far have used this link. Not one person has put a dime in yet, all right? Because I know I haven't gotten anything. And nobody's told me that they put money in. But 15 of you did join this so far. I know because I can go into my DBEX and it shows me 15 people signed up. Not one person has put money in yet. Because you're all so damn skeptical. And I'm telling you I'm making it. I showed you my account, what I have in it today. Just sitting there. I can trade every single day, 24/7 if I want to. But I can only do the mining one time for each level. There's levels of mining, and they change, okay? So if I was to show you what the levels are for the mining, here, I think this is it. Here's your mining right there. All right, I just put it on the board. The first one says you make 120%. It says you have to put a minimum of 100. You don't want to put 100. You want to put the max. It's 10,000. In 2 days, you will have $12,000. Then you're going to take that 12,000 and you're going to go to the next one that says there's a minimum of 10,000. I made a mistake. I put 13,000 and change in there. If I had to do it again, I'd put 50,000 in there because that's the max. And on 3 days, if I had put 50,000, watch, 50. Let me put up a 50,000. 1, 2, 3. That's the most I think you can put up times 108.99% would have brought me 54,000. So if I put 50,000 in the next one, I would have made $4,495 in the next 3 days. Then you can take up to 100,000. Again, I only put 65,000. So if you put 65, if you even just put 55,000, you ready? 55,000, bop, bop, bop. What is the minimum? I think it's 50,000, right? I'm sorry. Let's go down. Let's clear that. Do 50,000. If you just did 50,000, but by then you have more than 50, times, ready? 105.99% equals 57. You're going to make $8,000 on that one. So that was 8,000 on that one. 2,000 on the first one is 12,000, and 5,000 on the other. So you get, like I told you, you will absolutely make, if you listen to me, the minimum of 14, maybe $15,000, and that's all going to be in, ready? 5, 8, 10 days. In 10 days, I'm going to make you $15,000. Now, how many of you are going to make $15,000 doing what you're doing right now over the next 10 days? How many have you made $15,000? I'm telling you, if you listen to me, I'll show you how to do it. I've done it, I'm doing it, and I'm already on the next level. I've already done the $100 level, which was, I put 10,000. I did the 10,000, which I didn't do enough. I know you're not. And I did the 10,000, I did the 50,000. I've already done the 100,000. You can only do them one time. So let me teach you how to maximize it. You got to do exactly what I tell you, and you will make the money. Guaranteed. The only thing I won't guarantee is when we do the crypto options, there's a risk. So we'll start you very slowly, and I will teach you how to do that when the time's right. But the time's not right yet for you. Okay? The next one I'm doing is $300,000. I will make $96,000 in. You ready? I'm going to put up $300,000, and I will make $96,000 in 10 days. So in 10 days, 18, 23, 26, in 28 days. So in 1 month, if you had that kind of money, if you had $300,000, you will make over about $130,000 in 1 month on $300,000. Anybody interested? If you think you can do better on your own, oh, I don't want to hear it. Please do me a favor. If you're going to get negative because you're wrong, if you want to listen to that bullshit, okay, then go somewhere else. I don't want to hear it, okay? I'm going to just tell you something, the real Ricky Bobby. I know exactly where that negativity came from. It came from on Reddit, okay? One guy gets on. Listen, I had a bad deal with Binance. I'm not going to argue with you. I will take you out of here. I had one bad instance with Binance.us, and they're a good company, and they threw me out. I put in $55,000, and they held my money for 3 weeks. I complained about it on Facebook, and I complained about it in certain places, okay, online on the internet. But once they gave me my money back, I went and corrected what happened and told exactly what happened to me. People go and they get negative, and then when they get their money back, okay, they don't put what happened at the end. I know exactly. If they only have 1 or 2 or 5 complaints, if they have 5 complaints since 2017, then that's a freaking good company, because there's always somebody out there that's going to screw up and then blame it on somebody else, and they're going to complain about it, and you never hear the end. I already know, okay? I'm looking into it because I'm actually interested. Well, if you're interested, then you'll give me your number on the side. We'll talk on the phone, and I'll walk you through it, just like RJ Rocker and I are going to talk later on the phone. I'm not going to do it through here and gamble with your money, but if you got either you got to trust me or don't. I don't care. I don't care if you do it or you don't. It doesn't make me enough money. I made $63,000, and I would have been up to $100,000, but I screwed up myself. All right? That's it. Period. You're interested? Send me your phone number on the side, and we'll talk about it. Okay? We'll talk later. I don't care if you do it or you don't. Really, I don't. You don't have 50,000. Can you just do the first level for 10? You can. You'll do 2 levels. Okay? You'll put 10,000 in the first one, and then you'll put 10,000 in the second one. So you won't max it out, but you'll still make good money. All right? I can show you how to do that. But you got to listen to me each step. You got to listen to me. Remember, when it says $10,000 minimum, you got to make sure you put enough money in there to cover what they're going to take out of there. But that's okay. The first one, you want to get the max of 10, you'll get back 12,000. So you put in 10,500 just in case you lose 100 in converting money from what we call USD T to USD or USD to USDT. All right, because you've got to convert monies and you lose $100 here or there. And it's worth it because of what you're making. So are you willing to give up $100 to make 2,000 in 2 days? Once the money's there, then you can make your money continue to work for you. All right, I'll show you how to do it. If you're interested, you get with me. If you're not, please, I don't want to hear any of the negativities. I know them all. Tradecaster wants to use your microphone. Allow? Okay, let's see what he has to say. Tradecaster wants to use my microphone? Oh, no, I can't do that here. I didn't know we could do that. Not here, buddy. No, I'm sorry. I didn't even know we could do that here. I didn't even know we could do that here. How did you do that anyway? You're going to have to teach me something. How do you use the microphone in here? I didn't know you can do it. I understand it's a mistake, but I'd like to know how you did it. That's pretty cool. Let me see. If I add the plus sign, there's nothing in phones. You got to tell me how you did that. I almost allowed you in, but wow. Let me see. Top one. It says mute, block, assign, no. I don't know how you did that. That's very cool. I know how to do that in WhatsApp. You need to send me here where we're talking, Anthony. Phone number, and time after 3. Okay? Just give me your first name. I got your first name on yours. Just give me your phone number. I'm waiting. RJ Rocco, we're going to talk. I already got your number. Don't put it on the board. Send it to me in a private. Anthony, did you get that from me just now? Don't put it on the board. I sent you a private DM. Keep it private. You teach me something, and I'll teach you. I don't know how you did that. I really don't. How you do the phone on that. Okay, good. Let's see. N Y 630. Is that New Jersey? Trying to see what that area code is from. Okay, we'll talk later. Listen, what I'm doing is a real deal, folks. I've been around this Tradecaster for 5 years. I've been a moderator 3.5 years helping people to make money. Believe it or not. Am I the biggest and best trader in here? Absolutely not. I've taught a lot of you guys how to be a better trader than I am, okay? Why? Because I'm older. I'm more conservative. I take less chances, okay? That's the truth. I take less chances than you. Ask Sky Chimp. I taught him how to trade. That man makes 10 grand a day. He'll tell you I'm one of the people that helped him to get where he's at. Me, AK-47, Anthony A. Got your name. Anthony. Is that a Greek name? New Jersey. Hey, I was right. I said New Jersey. I was right. Bergenfeld. September 84. What do you want for your birthday? Okay. I will call Anthony and I will call RJ after 3 o'clock when I shut down. Okay? Don't do anything until I talk to you. All right? Nothing. You go to users. Oh, yes. I got it in the users. I don't even know if that works. If you have a microphone, I invite you in. That works. That's excellent. I've never used it. I know it's there. Now I remember. You're right. You go in there and there's a telephone or a microphone, telephone. I see it. Wow. I forgot about that. I've never used it. I don't know anybody's ever used that. You're welcome. We'll talk later. I got your number. And Ricky, I wasn't trying to be hard on you. I've heard all the negativities from all these people and I got it. You have no idea how skeptical I was about all this. I checked out every company. I dove into it. I used to be a private investigator. I own my own private investigating company. So I have ways of getting information that a lot of you don't, or know how to get out of the box and get it. And all I'm telling you, I did such research that I really pissed off my friend who said, I don't want to hear anymore, you're so negative, and you're wrong. And then I realized what happened with me in Binance and something that, what I did. And then when it got clarified 3 weeks later, I don't like what they did to me, but I know they're a good company. But people put out negatives, and then when things get fixed, they don't come back and fix it and say, well, this is what happened. You only heard about the complaint. But they didn't take anybody's money. People said, I can't get my money. They stole my money. I thought the same thing. I thought I lost $55,000, but they gave it to me 3 weeks later. Finally got it back. So I'm just telling you, at least I was good enough to go back onto Facebook and explain. They finally gave me back my money. I'll never deal with them again. I don't like the way they treated me. It's like I did nothing wrong. I had a lot of questions, and they didn't like my questions. And they made me jump through every hoop. I had to hold up a picture of my license with me in the picture. I had to take a picture of it and send it to them. What I had to go through, and they never helped me. And look at this. Did I told you 413 before? Here we go. So I hit my upper target again. That's going to bring us now to $413 and about, let's say, 25 cents is going to be my next one up there. And it's going to bring my resistance now to about 413. So all this time I'm talking to you about this stuff, we just missed the play of the day. And that's why I don't like to get into this crap now. So here we go. Going up, going up, going up. And then here, let's see, from here, let's see, I want to take this, activate it, bring it down to here. Watch this. You'll see now, if I was staying up with it, you would have seen the whole push. Instead, we missed it, and that sucks. Because that's what I like to show you. So now we take this, watch, 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 remove right extension, come back to here, and then you'll see the squeeze. All right? There you go. Now you see the squeeze up from right there. Bingo. And it's squeezed. And that's why I like to do the steps like I do, and then take off the left extension here. And this is something new that I teach to you folks that, oh shoot, where'd it go? That nobody else is teaching the way I teach. Let's see, cancel left extension. There it goes. You can see the step now. And then on this one, you want to get rid of the cancel left extension to there. So you see we stepped up this way, then to this way, and then up to this way. And if you don't think there's enough of a change, here's your original line from today. Let's extend to the right. You see the difference? This has moved all the ways up to there, but we can't use this anymore. So we're going to remove the right extension. You see that's 3 steps. 1, 2, 3 steps. And there is our squeeze. Do you like this way? Is it something that helps any of you to see how to get to that point a little differently than maybe the way you would draw lines and your trend lines from the beginning of the day to the end? Does this help at all? Anybody here? Speak up. Can't hear you. God. You can go to use. Okay. I wonder if that thing really works if you have a microphone. Anthony, you have a microphone? Can you use your phone as the microphone? No, I don't know how that. Wow. I wonder how that works. It's amazing. We finally got some movement here. And let's see if we're looking at our. We've gone now. Remember, we've got till 2:30. Let's see, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 1:30. So that's 4.5 hours. So 4.5 hours. Watch this. 4.5 times 14,000 per hour, which means we should be at 63 million, and we're at 42. So you can see we are right now. We are below average. Okay. Anybody see that? And I just messed up something. What did I mess up? We are above. There we go. That's what I messed up. We are above. We're at 42. We should be at 63 million. We're at 42. So we're below average for the day. That's all I'm saying. Cool. I don't know if that'll work. I don't. I have a microphone anyway. See, I'd have to leave my thing on the background and I'll get too much feedback. I can't use this. I can't use it here because it's not going to work for me. I have to be able to mute them. And why SPY versus SPX? I'm not DEC, first of all. All right. And number 2, we watch the SPY. It's easier to read the chart. And the SPX chart is identical, but the difference is for every dollar that you watch the SPY go, SPX goes between $3 to $6. So you bet SPX, but you play the SPY. You watch the SPY, you do SPX. SPX does a lot more. And if you were here earlier, Saint, you'd see I actually went in there and I showed you, and I took an area, let's say from here to here, and showed you like from here, 412.38 to here, let's say is 412, let's say 412. So there's about 30 cents right here. That 30 cents is over $1 on SPX. So for the same amount of movement here, you would have made 4 times what you made on the SPY. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense? And Deck doesn't hear you in here. Deck only posts things in here, but he doesn't very rarely speak in here. I don't even know. He pops in and he pops out. So just letting you know. He could be here listening. He is. It shows that he's in here, but he doesn't, you know. But it shows that Dazzle is here too. And Dazzle's not talking to me. Hi, Dazzle. She's mad at me. We're supposed to go hiking. She's going to invite me to California to go hiking with her. Right, Dazzle? She's working. Sometimes she listens, sometimes she doesn't. Okay. Okay, how are we doing today? How come I'm the only one that's live? What's with these people? Deck will be live at 3. I'll be off at 3. Okay, I'm just letting you know that. 8K is on. I don't know what he's watching. He's got shit all over his board. I can't see anything. There it goes. CXAI. Should we straddle options today? I don't do straddles right now. I'm advising you, if you're new, that you should not. Oh, I'm sorry. That's in his room. He's asking the wrong person. He's asking AK. AK does not do options very much, so I don't know what he knows about straddles. Straddles are a way of doing the same strike price or different strike prices on the same day, doing a put and a what do you call it at the same time, middling it. So if it goes one way and you go the other after hours. Usually you do that when you're doing earnings, but and it's a good way. Better off if you learn how to do a vertical spread, but I'm not telling you to do those. If you're new, don't waste your time doing that stuff right now. Learn how to trade. Do long puts and long calls. You can make a lot of money, and you don't have to get that technical and that crazy or that creative at this point when you don't know what you're really doing to start with. If you really knew what you were doing, you wouldn't ask those questions like somebody asked in the other room. Should I do a straddle? If you have to ask, then you really shouldn't do it. Does anybody agree with that kind of philosophy thinking, what I'm saying? If you have to ask if you should do a straddle, you shouldn't be doing it. Or a vertical spread, which is probably better than the straddle. Straddles can be a little bit different. You have to understand what a straddle is versus a strangle. Naked puts opposed to doing a regular put. A naked put is nothing more than writing the actual option or writing the put. I did that by accident once and made money. Made a few $100. It was a freak accident. I just hit my button when I got out, and when I sold it, and I held it one time too many. And what happens? I wrote an option and made $300-400. Didn't know why until I figured it out after. Okay, what are we doing? This thing still wants to move up. It's trying. If we go to 413.75, we will hit 415 or get there today or close. So far, it's looking good. It's looking good. It's feeling good. You're probably sleeping good too. Using My Pillow. Who uses a My Pillow here? Anybody? Are those things any good? My Pillow. I like the guy. I commend him. How far he's come from crackhead to CEO with over 200 people, worth over $200 million. And the guy is just like, he's smart as a whip. Because he was a Republican, because he was a conservative, he got crossed off of Bed Bath & Beyond, and many other companies used to sell his goods, stopped selling it, which was wrong, and it was mean, and there's no reason for it. We shouldn't do that in this country, and that's their prerogative, but why should I do business with a company like that does that to people? You know what? We need two parties. We need the right and we need the left to keep everything in check, but there's no more checks and balances. There's Marxism and there's conservatism. There's no more, and a bunch of socialism written underneath that at the same time. So it's very, very unfortunate what's happening. It's too bad. And they point the finger at us like we're destroying democracy. But the truth is, that's so far from the truth. We are the democracy. And there we are. There's my upper target. Remember I said 413.25? We just hit it. There's 19, 18, 17, 19, 22. I saw it in there somewhere. We touched it. There it is. 21, 23. There it is. 23. So 24 right there. See it on the times? 24. So we touched my new upper target. That's 3 times I put up a target, and 3 times we have hit it. All right. So I'm telling you now is we got to get past the next point, which would be 50. But I think that our next target for an upper target would be 75. Once we get there, we're looking at 415. This thing is still moving. I'm not telling you just because active hit it 3 times. I'm not saying because I put it there that we're going to hit it, even though I have 3 times. Absolutely hit it. Now, our resistance now is at 413.35, let's say. Okay, let's put that there. And actually, we're a little bit low. We didn't hit there exactly. Let's just say 30, okay? And then we're going to put at 412.50 our support, which I haven't been raising up there. So let's edit this up, and let's go to 412. Let's go 412.75. I should be right under the 13, which we are. So we could even go higher, 413. I'm going to say that we probably have, at the moment, we probably have support of 413. Right below the 13. Right there. We're good. I feel good with that. Look at this thing. Just keeps going and going, folks. Just keeps on going. And that squeeze is getting higher and higher, and it's pushing us up more and more. See that? Wow. Out of nowhere. Who wants to take a chance? Is anybody on a call? Listen, if you're on right now, let's go real quick and let's say SPX, right? I'm going to take a real quick look. Hold on. Where's my all products? Here we go. All products. We should be at 414 at SPY. I don't want that. SPY. I want SPX. Okay. We should be right now 4150. 4150 and 4145. 4150 and the put should be 4145. You shouldn't be looking at puts. And now let's say the SPY SPY should be right now at, hold on, at call at 414 and put should be 413. And Tesla TSLA, your contract should be at 186. Call at 187.50 and put at 185. And there it is. Those are your contracts right now, okay? Hold on. There you go. Did I miss one? Tesla didn't come out. Why didn't it come out? I'll do it again. Hold on. Copy. Get rid of that one. Delete. Okay. Now let's do it again one more time. And Tesla would be call at 187.50 and your put would be at 185. 185. There you go. Those are your contracts right now. Okay? 13, 41, 50, 44. That's where you should be. So if you're not in any contracts, these are the contracts you should be looking at. If you're going to do a call, it's going up. So get in there. Let's see. We're going to say right now 45 resistance. Right there. Right now, we're right on the numbers. Whether we can get past there or not, I don't know. Just keeps moving and keeps moving. This is totally unbelievable. I did not expect that. I really didn't. News, 1402. At 202, we had news. MVV check out the 33 stocks that have railed more than, what's it say? At 1349, U.S. stocks rally on a cooling price pressures. Hold on. I'll be able to see all of it in a second. Okay. 1,000% in the last 10 years. U.S. rally, cyclist confusion. That's it. U.S. stocks rally. Analysis, Bespoke Investment Group, Wednesday. Rounded up the stocks in large cap Russell 1000 index. One that delivers return of 10 times, lining back on the list. Okay, over the same 10-year stretch, the SPY saw a return of 211%, they said. Dow's Industrial. And where do we have right now? We should be up pretty good. So I'm going to look real quick at Finviz. And we're up $66 and 345, excuse me. 346, 240. We are green today, folks. Everything is looking green. Wow. We are looking good. Yes, we are. We are positive today. So let's take this in here. Let's take a look at FinViz real quick. And let's put this in here. Ready? And let's, come on. Bingo. So you can see right there, there's our S&P right now. That's as green as you get. Remember Google was so red yesterday? Look at this thing now. Everything is powerful except for utilities. Very, very good. Look at, here's your stocks that are up today. Your number one stocks, top gainers right there. All right? CXI, OCEA, CNSI. Looks like CXI really took off today. That was your big one. All right? So there you go. And we are still, let's see. Let's take this down a little bit to 40. Seems to be a lot of resistance there at 40. Not to the moon, Eagle. That's not to the moon, but it's a nice climb today from 408. You could have made $5. You know how much you could have made on SPX? Probably about $30 today. If you go into SPX right now, you'll see it's up $48.92 from the low of the day till now. You would have been up $48. Then you go into the SPY, it's only up $4.84. $5. So 5 times 10, it's only almost $9 to 1. Somebody asked before, why SPX versus? Because it's 9 to 1 right now. That's why. Unbelievable. What a day. Remember what I told you. When something drops to the lower VWAP, right? Where were we? Let's go into 5 minutes. All right. And let's take a look. Here's your whole day. We touched the lower VWAP. If right there you got in and you had held tight to where we are right now, from here to here, and you had SPX on 5 contracts, you'd be up $25,000. 5 contracts. That's it. 9 times 5 is more than that, actually. 500 shares times $40. It's over $20,000. You would be up from here to here if you just stayed patient. Okay? There's no two doubts about it. That is unbelievable. Could have made a fortune today, all of us. Let's just bring it to about 3 minutes. Anybody have any questions? As again, deck will be on at 3 o'clock. Okay. And let's see, what do I got here? What's I going to put in here? I forgot what I was going to put down there. I was about to type something out. I forgot. Okay. Contracts are right. There's a slight pullback. Doesn't mean anything at this point. Slight pullback. I just like to, what I like to do is to, there you go. There's your chart. Pretty close on. It's beautiful. And look at this. Here's your 13. So we're not only, we're above the 13, we're above the 21. Right above there. We're at the top of our cloud. Okay. Wow. Wow. Slight pullback. It's not over, folks, but why? Why have we moved up like that? That's the big question. Why indices are so high or following a decline? That was earlier. Why did I make that? I like to be able to see my news sometimes. Let's see if I can make this a little smaller. Bam. There. I can still see all this. That's good. I can see a little bit more of my news. I'm hungry. You guys don't feed me. I think I have a dough in there. I can make a pizza tonight. Dough is good. What was that number? September 80. Listen, folks, when I talk to people, you give me a number. I always put your numbers in my phone because I have a block on my phone, and then I do a test. But you can't call me. Once you have my number, please do not call me without texting me first to see if you can talk to me. I can't hold down phone calls while I'm live. I just don't do that. All right? Just letting you know. For those of you that have my number, always text me first. Okay? It's not like I'm a power trip or anything like that. It's just that it's not fair if I took phone calls all day long while I'm online here. I don't do that. The only time I'll do that is if it's my wife or my girlfriend. They're both very and equally as important to me. Okay, let's see what we got here. Open that up. I want to put that to about the 13 right there. See, right on the 13? Open it up because that's where we drop to, and that's where we'll end up coming back to. So right now, we're not coming back down. We're still pulling back to support or just above it, and I think we're going to push forward. So we're going to wait and see what happens here. 413 was a long way to go today for no news. Why are the markets coming up like this? What is the reason? I wouldn't have guessed this in 100 years. Okay, Tesla's up. Finally, Tesla started to move also. Tesla started to move. It consolidated all morning. And it finally started to move about 127. And let's see, we started to move here about 11, different times. 11:54. And then here, 13:03. And that would be 13:37 right there. Why? Everything started to move right there. Same thing on Tesla. Okay. Pretty soon, we should have Deck coming on live. Deck will be live at about that time. I'm getting tired. I've been doing this now since, what time did I come on? 11:30. 12 o'clock. Actually, only 2.5 hours today. That'll be 3 hours. I usually do about 4 or 5. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Consolidating again. See, we've held back right in here. Why? That's that one. Now Tesla. Tesla's got 190, 185. Let's say 184, 185. I want to bring it up to support 185, 185.40, 185.50. Support 185.50. Resistance at 186.50. I'm going to say 186.25. That's wrong. 186.25. Could be higher. I'm going to put it to 186.50. 186.50 on Tesla. 186.50. Yeah, definitely. On this. I don't know why that line is like that. Upper band, lower band, upper band. Show plot. Say okay. Huh. I do have an extra. Okay. There it goes. Okay, I'm just checking my lines up in on Tesla. Sure my chart is correct. We're still there. We're still in that slight channel on the SPY over the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 3 minutes. So 2, 4, 6. About 18 minutes. Which we're on a 3-minute chart right now. I did not trade today. I only did one trade yesterday, and I did one trade the day before on the options. Just strange days, you know. I don't want to chase, even though could have been very patient. I even said earlier, if you would just stayed impatient, could have made a lot of money. Just didn't see the reasons why. Sometimes why is not important. I should just follow the plan that I have, and that plan says that once we start off on the bottom, once we start off like here, you'll see on the 5-minute. Okay, and when you start off on, where am I? Here we go. When you come across that first opening there, when you hit that bottom right there, that's when you should have. When you seen the turnaround right there, should have got into it. But you would have come back from here. You wouldn't have known. You would have come back. When it came back to there, you would have pulled back. But if you've just been patient, who's going to be patient? You take money where you can get it. When it pulled back there, you might have jumped back in again. But you see, it was so up and downish. Just who knew that that patience would have paid off like this? When you look at it the way it is, it doesn't show me that I would want to stay in it that long for that reason. I got to go back to 1 minute because it looks like our day is almost over, which it is. But here's your 1 minute now. Let's bring it down. And you can see the consolidation from when we got in here at 214 to now. Okay, we're at the bottom now on support. So we need to hold 413 right here. If we pull back, it could be the pullback for the day, but I don't know. Nobody has a crystal ball. You know what? Don't have a crystal ball. It's just broadening it out. If it does come back up again, I think we'll go back up to the upper VWAP plot. But we are pulling back, and if this was it, and this is the turnaround here, 413, we hit 413. That should have been the high of the day, which would put us at, wow, I don't even see it. We hit 450, 413.02. Hold on. That can't be. 413.44. It's an even number. That's it. There's your pullback. 413 would have been right there. 413.44. Bingo. Right there. So what you're seeing now, watch. Oh, I don't want that. That's not what I wanted. We want to take this. We're going to out. Right? And we're going to take this and bring it right to there. Right there. Bingo. And then we're going to take off the right extension. And now you can see the next step down. And that's from right there. Perfect. And that's to there. And now there's your squeeze down. So you can see now what's happening, how it's changed. Finally. Okay. Cancel left extension. There it is. Now you can see what's happening here. And we're starting to move down again. So I think now if you stayed patient, let's see. Or we still have support at 413. We still have heart. We went slightly below. Will we pick up or will we start bouncing off the 13 exponential? If we keep bouncing off the 13 exponential and we don't get above it, then it'll come back down. If we pull up above it, then of course we can get back up there again. Just as easy as we came down. That depends on the people that are manipulating this stock at this moment. But I see upper doji. Okay, so if I bring this up a little higher, you see that right there? That tail should be a reversal. Don't forget to put this hand back. If we can watch it. This makes it so we can really look at it. It's totally different kind of a concept when you look at the steps up and down and how it changes. And you get to see it as we go along. It's probably somewhere in between the way Deck does his trend lines and then the Fibonacci. And what this is doing is it's breaking down to different levels. Okay, every time we change our channels give us the levels. It's like the channel would be in here somewhere. You see the lines. It would be the same thing with percentages. We look for a certain amount of what we call retracement. So if you're doing Fibonacci and you were at the high of the day, let's say if you had a high day at 413, what do we have, 44, bingo, and then you bring it down, let's say we bring it to about an area around here, okay, which will give you, boom, there's your 0%. So my 100% being my high of the day, I believe it was 413.44. Is that correct? It is correct. All right, and then I bring it to here. So you can see what's happening. We've had from here to here, we've had 15, 16%, about 16, 17% retracement, and then to here, we had another 11, 16 is 26. You look for about 40% from here to here is about 40% retracement. When you saw that down right there, that's when you should have done the call, going back up. And the Fibonacci shows you that amount of retracement. It gives you that in percentage, and it's a great tool for knowing. And I remember when we used to have a guy in here, what was his name? He was such a nerd. P, starts with a P. What was his name? Starts with a P. Maybe some of you remember him. Pav Josh. Remember Pav Josh? I don't know why I always represent everything in letters in my head. But Pav Josh used to tell everybody when you get to the point, when you've gone long, you want to wait for a certain percentage in retracement. And he must have at some time learned how to use Fibonacci. Though he never put a Fibonacci up there, you can obviously tell that he was thinking in those terms of retracement. And that it's a very, very good thing to know. So it teaches you. So we can see we went from 100% down to where? Right here. So from 100 down to 38 would give you 100 is 62, but it's a little less than that. So you got 50 to here, 50. It's about 40%. That's it. And there's your 40%. So you should always think 40% retracement and then go the other way. And that's what it showed you here. So you had your retracement and then you pulled it back. And you can use Fibonacci from times, from this time to this time, okay? You can also do it from beginning of day, but it will change the whole chart. We're talking in a certain set time. I never used to do it that way until I watched some videos on Fibonacci, which showed me that retracement and showing me how to do it, let's say from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, or from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Okay, we can leave it where it's at. And as long as, I wish there was a way, maybe there is, let's say, I wonder if you can adjust this. So if I did activity, let's see, maybe I can. Oh, no, it just moves the whole chart. See, I don't like that. It moves the whole chart. There's my 44. Bingo. I would be nice if you could just move the upper box. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a way to do it. Let's see. It shows it here. There's a line. Oh yeah, there it is. I didn't know you can do this. See, I just learned something. So as you go up higher from the 44 higher day, I just learned something. Did anybody else know this? And you didn't help me out? You didn't hook me up? You didn't teach me this? I had to figure this out on my own? Wow. What kind of people you are. I just learned something big time. Wow. I just can't believe I learned that. I always used to have to change the whole Fibonacci. You don't have to do that. You just activate it, go to the star, and push it up. Bam, bam, bam. To wherever the new high of the day is. And that changes the chart. Oh my gosh. Wait till I tell my buddy, if he's not in here right now. He never knew this either. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. There it is. 413.44. I'm excited. I just learned something. Whenever I learn something new, I told you folks, no matter how much you think you know, there's always something more you can learn. And if you can't learn anything, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. I hate to put it in those words. Because I am such an idiot, to be honest with you. I am. I'm an idiot. Why? I'm not stupid, all right? I just don't know. There was just so many things I don't know. I don't know if that's the right term. I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe that's the right word. I'm stupid because I don't know. I'm not an idiot because I can't learn, all right? So an idiot can't learn. Somebody stupid can be taught, right? Can you be taught to be even stupider? Or, or can you get smart? Does anybody remember Maxwell Smart? Get Smart. What was his number? Who remembers Maxwell Smart's number? And what was the name of the girl who played with him? Was that 99? 99? Does anybody remember Maxwell Smart? Is anybody here? I swear to God, it's like pulling teeth talking to you people. It's like, do you hear me? Am I talking to myself? 99. There you go. It was 99. Thank you. You just showed how old you are. Get back to the golf course. 99. That was fun stuff back then. You know, those are real like family type programs. Probably today somebody would say it's politically incorrect and it's probably racist. You know, it really isn't, but they'd say it is. TJ Golf. Can you golf? Are you any good? Do you shoot a 99 or can you shoot an 80? Are you a semi-pro? Can you shoot a 75? I'm just kidding. And here we go, trying to hit a new higher day. Will we hit that new higher day? And the good thing is, I don't have to move every line. So we can take this one now, boom. Ready? Watch this. Activate this. And we're going to move this up to here. It's almost straight across, so I don't even need this anymore. I hate this. That's why it's straight across. So if I want, I can remove this. Let's say remove this line, because I think we're going to go for it any second. And I can extend to the right, which gives me my line that way. I can change it later. 413.99. I didn't know it put those upper lines in there. Oh, 161%. But the minute we hit a new higher day, then I can move this bar up. And that changes all the percentages. I can't believe I learned that. Where's Adrian? Is he here? I'm excited. I bet you dollars to donuts he didn't know. Adrian is here. Adrian, you hear me? Wow, we learned this together. Well, I learned a little before he did. You hear me? Are you watching this? Are you talking to me? He's hanging out. Adrian. He is here. I made you yellow again. But you gotta go subscribe back to me because I know you took it off. That's why I got 659. I know you're the one who did it. You do that to mess with me. Did you see what I'm talking about, Adrian? Watch this. Adrian, let's say you get a new higher day on the Fibonacci. Watch this. You go on the Fibonacci, you activate it, you go to here, and you can raise your 100%. You don't have to change the whole chart. You didn't know that, did you? We never discussed that before. I've never seen that. I just figured it out. Did you know you could do that? I do not subscribe, Pops. I don't have time for bullish laughing out loud. I did not subscribe, Pops. Well, then subscribe. And stop calling me I'm not your pop. I'm your friend. Brother. You can call me brother. That's easy. You knew that. You never told me, but you know that. You're full of it. Oh my gosh, you never told me that. We always got rid of it and made a new one. So he doesn't talk to me anymore. He used to call me every day. Now he doesn't talk to me. All he does is push me around, get mad at me. We used to be friends. Okay, it is what it is. Are we going to see a new higher day, or did we just get one and I didn't see it? I was talking to Adrian. Let's see. 44 is my lucky number. And we are at still 413.44. We did not see a new higher day yet. We did not see a new higher day. Almost 2:45 in the afternoon, 2:46. I will be going off. And by the way, I never even said hello to those in, what do you call it, to YouTube today. Oh my gosh. I never said a word to these people. I hope they found me. Let me sign in real quick. I never said hello. Sack Lunch came and do Dorian Groons with me. Sack Lunch. Now we have the word hip hop. So we did Fuzzy Budget. What the heck are they talking about? See, I wasn't watching and they could just talk about anything they want, but I'm not around. Nice. What the heck is this guy talking about? Who is he? Hold on. Sacked Lunch. Oof, he quotes the Bible. Yes, I did. Who is that? Sacked Lunch. Is that guy, the chiropractor? Now we have World Star Hip Hop. Joey did their Fuzz Budget. Let's see. Yes, you do. I have a Sacked Lunch. I don't know who that is. Why does this guy sound like a hustler or a waddy? What the heck is that supposed to mean? Is this how Trace? This guy is running a scam. Oh, I know who this is. So you know what? Why don't we do this? Hide this user on this channel. That's it. And that takes care of him. And he's gone. I hate people like that. They got to come in here and do stupid, stupid stuff and say stupid things. That's got to be that guy. I think he's the chiropractor. We don't talk anymore. Everything to him is a hustle. I'm not hustling anybody to do anything. I told you from the beginning, I don't care if you do it or you don't. You got to start again, Adrian. You got to start again with this. Every day, you've got to bring her up. I just wish you would stop already. Just stop. I can't believe this guy. Sacked Lunch. Sorry, I got to keep more of an eye. It's going to get to the point where I get negative people. I'm just not going to allow chat in YouTube. And, I'm good enough to allow people to get in for free because they don't want to spend $119 to get into Tradecaster. But if they're going to get negative on me, then don't come in. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. That's the way I feel. So let's remove, put user in timeout, unhide user on this channel, go to channel report, remove. Can't remove them all, can I? Remove. I'm trying to remove all the crap he put in here. I don't know how to do it. I think they're removing now. There they go. And let's put him on a permanent user. I go to the channel, report, remove. How do I remove this guy totally? Put him in a timeout. Put user in timeout. That's it. Okay, anyway. If you like what you heard today, give me a hands up. If you don't like what you said, what can I tell you? Active, I still like to do when you have time. I believe you have it, but it's not. Okay. Yeah, BZEC, I do have it. I have it, but it's not. 406. Hey, did you send me your numbers last week, one-on-one? Okay, where did I put you? Oh, here it is. Brian, I got it right here. BZEC. Yeah, I do have it right here. That was on 4/6, so you're after the fact. Okay, I got you. I will talk to you later. We'll set up a time. Gotcha. Okay. Well, at least I learned something new. I taught myself something new today, I don't always know, but some new guy came in. I was always moving my lines and I didn't know how to adjust them. And some guy who's brand new, TOS, taught me something I didn't know. Now I tried it with that and I see it works, which is awesome. Because Adrian, who knows things, doesn't ever tell me anything anymore. So it's unfortunate. He used to get excited about this stuff. No more excitement. I guess he's lost it. I'm so dirty. This is dirty, man. I didn't do any trades today, and I seem to aggravate some people. There's a guy in YouTube who just went crazy on the site, putting me down. I wish when you see some of that stuff, folks here that are in both rooms, that you would come and tell me. Let me know that somebody's. I'm going to have to assign somebody to be a moderator in my YouTube somehow, so they can go get my back and keep me, Awesome, thank you. At least you read your private deck never responds. I don't always see them, but when they pop up, I do react to them. So, Bezek, Bees, I'm trying. Brian, I'm trying. You know what? Look at the pullback on this now. See? And there's your pullback. I'm going to take off this Fibonacci for now, but you can see the pullback again. And what happened before, when you had about over 40% retracement, that's when you want to go forward. So you can kind of get an idea, 40%, 40 cents, 40, whatever it is. Let's remove the drawing for right now. It gets a little complicated for some people, and they get lost when they see all that stuff. And what do I got in here now? Where is my lower VWAP plot? Oh, there's the VWAP. Look how high up we are. That's amazing. So that's the upper VWAP plot right there. We're still not pushing yet. We're still not pushing. 413, we have at 413, I'm still at 413, and this here was at 413.40. We probably could push it to 45. We never, what did we have, 44? Let's see, 411. What the heck? That's trend line. I don't want that. I wanted this, which is the 413. 45, just a little bit higher. Bingo. Yeah, I like that. You got 45 cents in the channel. We're just about in the middle somewhere. And that's why you don't want to gamble on it going up. You don't want to gamble on it going down. That's my little girl. Hey, baby girl. Yes, I'm talking to myself again. My cat thinks I'm crazy. She hears me talking all day. I'm looking at these things and she hears me talking. She has no idea what's going on. She doesn't know you're there. She goes, this crazy human, what's wrong with him? Talks to himself all day. And they say I'm crazy because I'm a cat and I do fucking weird things. Hey, I was lucky to get a prescription without having to pay for a doctor. I got a prescription. It's called, for anybody, I can tell you something, this stuff works. It's called Upneeq, Upneeq. And it's a medication. I have what's called a lazy eye. And the actual surgery to lift the eye lid and redo it is cosmetic, and it's over $5,000. And I can't afford surgery out of pocket. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to spend $5,000. So there's a medication that you put one drop in your eye, and for 8 hours, it opens your eye up, and it's working. So I found a place online. I can get a 45-day supply. There's 2-3 drops in each day's supply. But I only need one eye, not the other. So I can get 2 to 3 days if I get the drop in the right. So I get a 90-day supply. It cost me a little over $200. But I was able to give my doctor's name, tell them what the problem I had, and they gave it to me. They sent it to me in 3 days. I got a box this morning in the mail. I got it right from the guy, so it wasn't in the heat. How big a drop pulled back do you see during power hour? How big of a drop pullback do you see during power hour? That's hard to say. Power hour is in 5 minutes, and there's not always a drop in power hour. It can go either way. It all has to do with the news or has to do with the mob, which way they want to send it. So I can't answer that question because it's not really relative. You saying a drop or a pullback during power hour, but power hour means what it means, and it means that you get power and it goes the other way, not a pullback. It would go forward. All right, and usually you may see it drop right at power hour, but then you'll see a little bit after. So here we're going to go We're going to edit this up right now to about 413. Let's see, 60. I can't get in there. Let's see, 55. We're going up a little bit, okay? Got a little bit, but I don't like that upper shadow. That could mean a pullback there. Could mean a pullback. I would have done right there. It hit 60, okay? That's what I was going for at first. Here's your pullback. But as I said again, Deck should be on in a few minutes. Wait, why is his stream? That's what's his name? Okay, Deck. Let me see what his room is saying. He won't stop. Spy just won't stop today. Spy's been amazing today. It really has. Spy has been amazing. It's Deck's music room. Live commentary in 10 minutes, and he said that at 2:52. So he will be here in a few minutes, and I'm going to get off at 3 o'clock. And I want to thank everybody again for for the support that you give me. And let me just see one thing real quick. And welcome to the Power Hour. Here we go. And Power Hour is at 3 o'clock. So that's for the 3 o'clock Power Hour right there. And I will not be, let's see, tomorrow, I don't think I have any doctor's appointments. And awesome, thanks. Let's see, hold on one second. Let me just check my calendar. Next Friday, I know that I will not be here at all. Tomorrow's the 14th. I'm going to play it by ear and see how we're doing in the morning. Lost my mojo. I know you did, and we need to talk, you know? We really do, Adrian. For real talk, okay? But again, I want to thank you all for your support. And play by ear tomorrow. See how I feel. All right. If I feel up to it, I'll do it. If not, okay. And for those of you on YouTube, other than that one schmuck out there who has to be so negative, I hate negative people. Why are you trading with the crypto? Why are you trading with the crypto? Because I made $63,000, Daniel W. $63,000 since February 1st. Would you do it? If you want to learn how to make some money with crypto, then come into what do you call it? We'll talk some more. All right, that's it. That's all I can say to you as far as that. All right, and let's see. That must be Deck's room. Everybody's starting to put messages in there. Let's see. What did I just lose? Here we go. Let's take this off. Deck will be live in about 4 minutes. And there we go on that. Thank you all for your support. Play by ear tomorrow. Okay. Why is that still beeping like that? Is that mine that's beeping? Let's see. Adrian. Oh, yeah, because Adrian's. Come on, I don't use that anymore, Adrian. No more with that one. You made that. I like the other one. I like the darker one better. All right, and there we go. We are moving up one more time. And that's going to put us, if you remember here, I said, okay, 413.75. Let's make the upper, because we're going to hit it. Let's make it 414 for the upper target. And let's put this right now, all right, for 65. Bam, right there. And we're going to make this 414. We're all going to hit that upper target. That's going to be the third or the fourth time. Not that I said we were going to, but that's where I keep putting it, and we keep hitting it. That SPY is doing its own thing, folks. Boy, we all could have made so much money today, but who knew? Who knew? You know, it is what it is. And Bezak, I'll talk to you after this, all right? I'll talk to a few of you after this. And that's it. 2:59. We got 3 o'clock. I want to thank you all again. I'll see you about tomorrow. If I don't have anything else going on, I will definitely be there for you. Let's keep an eye on this. I think that, truthfully, I could be wrong. At the rate we're going, we could see a mad rush for 415 today. I think that it might be in power hour or it could be after hour. I'm willing to bet it's in power hour at around 3:30. I could see a mad stomp, real big, quick push, and just to hit 415, but be very careful. If that was me, if it got to 4 14, 70, 75, 80, 85, I'd be very careful and I'd get out before it hits. Okay, because I don't think it'll go much further. There's no real news to verify it. And right now, the last news is at 2 o'clock, 2:02. So that's about it. And it's 3 o'clock. Again, I want to thank you all. I am the Active Trader. This is my world. I want to thank you for coming into my bedroom to hang out with me today, to do what we do. And that's to help one another. One trader helping another trader. All right, so I'll see you guys. You can go over to Deck's room. Have a great day. Have the best rest of your day. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.